Enjoy.
Calliope laminitis,
Yep.
an icon of a culture halfway across the world, alone, plunged into a state of conflict and isolation with nobody to rely on and nothing to hide behind in the face of its brutalism and lethality. The stabbing pain in your arm and head from your vehicle being thrown onto its roof, the disturbing crawling sensation of the thousands of tiny red spiders and their subsequent detonation from the godlike entity you seemingly killed in the ethereal shared world of your dreams. All are still vivid in your mind as if they'd occurred just a moment ago. Such things have branded onto your psyche, overlapping the simple pains that you'd been used to. The aching tautness of your hair being pulled back to accommodate strange headwear, of compressed blood and extremities donned with belts and constrictions just a bit too tight, and the loneliness in your heart whenever you return to the massive, empty enclosure that you called home, the place that facaded as a building for potentially many, but only ever accommodated you. I'm gonna turn this music down. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
awfully
didn't
loud.
catch most of what you just said.
60. Well, thankfully it'll be in the recording. Virgil Aridi. Someone that may see themselves as simple in their motivations and ideals, but is, nonetheless, quite complex. You have been smeared by a forceful, unseen hand back into the place that you put your life, your entire being, into escaping. Having grown your early years around incoherent and insane ramblings about the things that lie beneath and above, feeling the implicit, sinister hand of the occult and unholy in pushing the people around you, and perhaps even yourself, closer and closer towards insanity and depravity, having witnessed the extraterrestriality and terror of the likely objects of those horrible things, has not done well to abate the nightmares of your childhood. The Cirque District was leveled in a way the Eleusinians could never manage to inflict on the Eshivai in their two attempts. The Cherus was a hesitant return to normalcy, but in only how many days was it plunged into this chaos? Amalia Bonanza, a free spirit toying with powers and arcana so esoteric, so removed from the technological status quo of Canaan's Emolite, your teacher's mysterious connection to this place serving his abandonment is mildly offset by the fact that you've been able to readily and easily employ the affixes of your name that you've discovered. Has this been a blessing or a curse? Loosely adopting the role of this peculiar cruise captain, you've done your utmost to drive it in the right directions, and around each turn has been a reminder at your fragility and your ineptitude. Early involvement with the shady, immoral Tenebrae did little in allowing you to abate their plans or influence. Attempts to confront the otherworldly phantasms wrapping their invisible hands around the rustic evening buildings of the Cherus district have only shown to you the surface of the ocean of magics at their employ. Bless you.
Bless you.
Catherine Kavi Adsenale Phaedros. An eccentric finding ease in the more abidable craziness of the crazies of Canaan, you were so close to finishing the touches of your new identity, solidifying what it meant to be a citizen there and segregating from Nazareth forever. Against your will, the sky opened up into a city of cloud and slate, and the world itself seems to have shown you what desolation now affects your old home. A destruction in such an early stage, so as to imply that you may be able to halt its progress before it swallows all that you used to know entirely. It was with extreme anxiety that you investigated the devastation of the Cirque District, thinking the same might have befallen your old home, the Cherus, but what you found was that it was intact, seating an unknown, new cult of assassins and aberrations. The more you turn away from Nazareth, the more the world seems to grip your shoulders and force you back around. Albus of Canaan, an inventor and engineer situated comfortably in the Ashtalk Guild of Metalworks and Emmalurgy, in the midst of the clouds surrounding the Tyrannus Fife. You find the integrity and ingenuity of your works being thrown into the fires of a reality that does not bend to the will of Canaan, tested against things nothing could have prepared you for. You have managed to scrounge up a basis of realism, forced your mind to maintain productivity as you utilize the resources of this strange land to continue doing what you do best for the allies that you find yourself walking alongside, and it seems the greatest test lie directly in front of you. Whatever horrible creature occupies the sloped roofs presiding over by the Cheru's gargoyles, it has, through its connection to the Tenebrae, begun something terrible. I forgot to loop the song.
Bruh.
Woohoo!
Yippee, woohoo.
I think I've done this before. One of its effigies lies destroyed in the house of the deposed attendant of the garbled collar, but more are strewn about the city, or gathered up, the climax of its plan in your five's absence from the town proper. The citizens of the Cherus have been laid to waste. The lift system remains unrepaired. The occultism pervading the halls of that forsaken cathedral, having bled out into the streets in a deluge of murder and vandalism, the powers now that pull you into the world of your shared dreams are yet unconfronted. But you have made it to the Atzenales, the final obstacle in the destruction of the Cherus, with a single glimmer of hope. Hold until dawn. The treasury around you is unlit, humid, dark. Far off, outside, you can hear the sounds of combat and detonations of strange magics. The door that serves as its exit lay in front of you. And at your side is a mysterious blue-scaled ally, and the only way that remains is through that door. Last we left off, you guys had just teleported into the Atzenalian treasury. A room locked from the inside, occupying the sole teleportation circle in the employ of the whole family. And you haven't seen what it's like outside yet.
I don't know if I really want to.
What if you what?
Anybody else get an ominous feeling?
Yeah, I've been having it all day. V?
Yes. Yes.
Make out with the mic, please.
They'll recognize you. You come with me. Make sure the corridor is clear before we come walking out this room.
V nods. She's very drained looking. Not as flamboyant as she usually is.
It's always dark just before dawn.
Is that true?
Scientifically, no, but
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, there are better sayings for saying that, you know, things will get better. Like, I don't know, things will get better. Honestly. Like,
I was playing.
nonetheless,
Well, Callie,
I was playing
things
to
will
the
get
fact
better.
that Sylvia's supposed to be contacting us at dawn, but hey,
let's just hope that we make it all out in one piece.
I mean, if we lose a few pieces, I can stitch us back up.
Yeah, I mean, sure, but I mean, like, I meant pieces in, like, broad strokes. Like, you know, limb,
Alive?
torso. Yeah, exactly.
all right. I want to see what the Arsenal situation is like, and then, well, I might have one last card to play.
Oh, yeah? Well, I mean, don't be shy. Tell us, what's the plan?
It's not a great one. I'm not even sure it'll work, but let's see what the situation's like first.
Yeah?
Did you
Okay.
guys bring Rudolph with you or leave him in the graveyard?
No, we brought him.
Were
How's he doing?
He's still unconscious.
That's you know, not the worst thing. At least he's better than...
Probably the best thing.
So, Amalia is going to turn to the blue-scaled dragonborn, who's you definitely know You keep an eye on him while we see how things are going outside.
Of course.
Thanks.
And he sort of tenderly props what's left of Rudolph up against one of the walls and sits next to him.
Hey, speaking of near death, not exactly there yet, but I mean, I took like, I mean, can you take a look at this? And like, Calliope kind of pulls his shirt up and reveals like the fact that there's like a whole ass like fist-sized black bruise like kind of on the back of his like in his upper back. I'm flavoring that as like the 2 levels of exhaustion he took.
Great. Yeah, you should be able to fix it up over the course of like 10 minutes. Virgil?
Like it's a little, it's not. All right, because I'm not saying it's hard to breathe, but it's hard to breathe.
You need some declotting agent, which you have in your medical supplies, and then you need some internal mending kits, which you can just administer to him through like dime tap Tylenol looking sort of purpley liquid.
Alright. You and Albus take care of Calliope,
Purple drink.
and we'll be back shortly. Okay?
You want grapes then? Hmm?
I mean,
You
do
can
have grape?
you can dilute your hard candy colors into your medical supplies if you want. Perfect.
Purple. It's purple flavored morphine.
Kiwi, you good to go?
Make out with the mic. Make out with the mic.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, well, she's talking quietly in character.
That's fair, but
That's
I
me.
would like to be able to hear what you're saying.
Yes.
Alright. Let's go.
Alright, so you guys approach the main doors of the treasury, and both of them are hot to the touch. The doorknobs and the wood.
I mean,
You open them?
fire sure is hot.
I open them with my tonfa. Or
Alright.
try to.
So you leverage one of the handles underneath your tonfa and you pull it as they open towards you. And it's probably a good thing that you kept a little bit of distance, as some still burning, kind of cindering wood and rubble just falls through.
Are you gonna make us take damage if we opened it with our regular hand?
No, it's just
Alright, cool.
hot. It looks like the doors were blocked from the outside, but seeing as how they open inward, it doesn't serve as much obstruction. That said, you can only see about a foot or so between the weird angles of some of the masonry that's been destroyed and has fallen over this rubble, and it doesn't look great. You don't really see anybody. The grasses are blackened in large portions, and the sky is very very distinctly kind of half moonlit. The moon, you can't see it from here, but it's definitely not shining its brightest. It's probably behind some clouds or something.
So by you don't see anybody, do we not see any corpses either?
You don't see any corpses, no.
Cool. Any smell, like burning hair?
It smells a lot like burning wood. That's all you can really get from your current position.
Alright,
No.
I get that.
So, as Amalia goes, she'll be casting like frostbite on the fires to try and put them out.
Alright, so you kind of just gingerly move as much of the rubble as you can, which isn't that hard. None of it's really heavy by itself. It's mostly wood. And the two of you creep out of the treasury. You put out some stray fires as you go. The Atzenalian estate, as you remember, is very hilly and vaguely resembles like a college campus. Are you going towards the noises of conflict? Because they're pretty far off.
I'm gonna ask Kivi, where do you think they would set up We're backed into a corner. Set up as headquarters.
I think. Where would my family set up?
What did you get? 15. Where would you probably have set up? So, you can think of a couple good places. None of them sound particularly close to where the fighting is. And probably by your own admission, you don't have a great deal of military knowledge. So, they might just be operating out of Injamiel's office. But that's like assuming that this is a premeditated defense. This might be like more of a sudden thing where there was a single call to arms and everybody that's capable of holding a weapon is trying to keep them back. You're not sure that in this condition, against this opposition, the Atenales would have like people doing logistics behind the scenes. This is probably more field strategy going on.
I don't know. I summon Danger Plant and just cuddle it.
Danger Plant is summoned and just kind of like coils up one of your legs and perches on your shoulder.
We could go see if they're in Jamiel's office.
Seems as good a place as any.
Alright, so that's kind of like to your left and backwards from where you guys currently are. And you guys book it over to there because you realize deep in your hearts that time is short. And the building that you remember just yesterday coming into, it is completely empty. Some of the doors are ajar. Some things have been raided for supplies. Nothing's really broken. Some things have been broken into. And Jamiel's office is empty.
Look, they were surprised. That could be anywhere. That... I don't know if they're... what's the role? I think investigation? Trying to see if there's anything that might, I don't know, a note or anything that might, give me a hint as to where they might be.
Looks like it was a lot of commotion for a lot of the people in here, and when you were approaching, I'm gonna say one of the doors was slightly ajar, showing that they left the way you guys came in. Putting two and two together, the people that were ordinarily in this building are either dead or they're on the front lines.
If they're alive, they're the other way, I think.
That said, 19 investigation, you discover some other things. There's some fragments of black cloth here and there. And
like the
there's
black
just
cloth that was on the flute.
let me finish. There's a twinge of a smell that doesn't really fit a lot of the perfumes of the Atzenales. And it doesn't really fit the burning wood either. It seems like somebody's been poking around here a little more recently. After its abandonment, that is.
Amalia, I think someone was here.
I mean, yeah.
After, I mean.
Alright, let's see where they went.
Tracking somebody is survival.
No. I have a 4 in survival. What do you have?
A good variant 0, so on you go.
Yeah, 4 is good. 4 is very good.
So you kind of pick up some of the shred of black cloth and you feel it between your fingers, and you see part of a logo. it is the black sun over the white horizon. You know that that's the whole of the logo, but here you've only got maybe 20% of it. It looks like this was shorn off by maybe getting caught on a corner and then just forcibly tugged instead of carefully unwound, right? So it seems in likelihood that the person that's been here more recently was chased, possibly, and is a member of the Tenebrae. That said, it only leads deeper and deeper into this administrative building. You move some hallways in, you climb a staircase, and you're at the second floor, and then you go into a chamber that leads further in, like towards the center of the building, away from any of the windows. And you find yourself in a musty sort of cellar that you've never really been in before. It's got several tiers to it. There's a lot of wooden racking that's holding up some barrels and crates. And there's some doors like around the top of the room that this racking leads to. Ladders used to access like these raised platforms. And you have a little bit of an impulsive sort of instinct that he probably, or they probably, went up there.
Huh.
Be on your guard. Start creeping the stairs as stealthily as I can.
Amalia, you want to stealth, or what are you doing?
I wonder. All right. I rolled, but it's not coming. So
What'd you get? Oh,
there we go.
great. So 12.
Hmm.
You guys make your way over to the ladder, and it looks like there was a little bit of a conflict. Some of the rungs are kind of sprained or broken and splintered off on the sides. The ladder itself is slightly askew, even though it's mounted on both the top and the bottom. Something hit this hard enough, or hit something on it hard enough to knock loose the fittings that held it in place. And it's you get up pretty well, Shawnee, or Catherine, but Amalia, as you're going up, it sort of rattles in a way that you weren't expecting it to. Not too loud, and it doesn't really, it's not too obvious over the din of like the fires crackling outside and the sounds of conflict that are still in the distance. But as you get to the top, you see more shredded cloth and blood that is leading around a corner. This is, it's not that tall of a space. It's a little bit of a crawl space. You kind of have to hunch over to proceed. And the door is a half door. It's slightly askew. Or ajar. I think those mean the same thing, but I'm not sure, so ajar.
Yeah.
I look back at Amalia. Her eyes slowly start to ease the door ajar.
You see more of the blood, and you see the glint of some metal lying on the ground. It looks like some sort of the end of some curved blade or sword of some sort, just lying on the ground.
Okay.
I'm doing my best to delay this for you, Fergus.
Delay what? I can tab out. It's just that it might like take a second or two.
Okay.
I'm good. Like if you also, where is Calliope in this? I'm assuming following
Calliope, Albus, and Virgil are still with Rudolph and the Iscardian.
Right. Yes. Thank you.
Virgil is tending to your wounds.
Yeah, I think I know What's going on?
So,
Okay. So, yeah, I'm just gonna have a quick glance around the room.
So you turn the corner, and like I said, it's still kind of very crawl spacey. There's not a lot of room here. You guys can barely stand like astride one another, and it doesn't really ever open up. It just turns into a smaller sort of storage area, upon the ground of which there is lying a dead man in black cloth with a broad-brimmed hat. The sword lying next to him is... it looks like it fell out of his grip at the last second, and there are large contusions on his back that have torn away more of the black cloth. There's a lot of signs of broken bones.
So it
Yeah.
looks like he was already dying, and not that he was killed right here.
It looks like he was wounded and chased up here, but not pursued after.
And
Yeah.
there's
Or if he was pursued after, because the ladder was a little bit askew, they just finished the job up here and left. They
Yeah, he's seen better days. All right, let's go turn him over then.
You turn him over and you see Frederick's face.
God damn it. Ugh.
But there's no crossbow around. In fact, you never really saw Frederick with any swords.
I thought Calliope said he left. Said he left.
Mm-hmm.
Something seems a little off about this to you, Amalia.
Yeah, it does seem a little off. Let's do
He got his nose wrong.
investigation of the body.
Alright, so, how investigation of the body? What are you looking for?
There's no crossbow. There's a hat on, and there's a cape. But I am going to make a very decent assumption that if Frederick were coming here, he is a fairly skilled infiltrator, apparently. I think it would be very stupid of him to come in here in full cultist robe, guys like this. So I am checking to see if this body has been doctored in some way.
So as you sort of poke around, like I said, there's a lot of the contusions. As you get some of the clothes off, you can see some lacerations as well. The broken bones become a lot more obvious, especially on the lower areas of the legs, around the knees and the calves. One of the kneecaps is just completely shattered. Many of the ribs have been broken, but there's some bad stuff about his biology. There's
Is he planted up?
I don't know what. No, he's not planted up at all. There's no plant stuff, but there's a lot of huge stitching scars. There's a lot of like wounds that have been left by large syringes. There's a lot of evidence that this body was constructed.
Fake Rick. I mean, everybody wants a Frederick.
It looks almost like Virgil had his fun with him.
What the fuck
Speaking
was that?
speaking of
No, you
Virgil,
don't have to. No, you don't have to say it out loud. But
He's
and we womp zoop back to the other side of the party. Albus, Virgil, Calliope. Is there anything in particular you want to be doing? Calliope, your
no.
wounds have just been dressed. The Iscardian demon and Rudolph are still sitting up against the wall.
From a mechanical standpoint, how fixed am I?
Roll medicine, Virgil.
Wait, can we wait until the doctor gets
Mechanical
back?
question for mechanical.
Alright.
What was that, Yaroth?
Mechanical answers for mechanical questions.
I'm gonna turn everyone down and my volume
no.
up. Talk for me, Caro.
Talk for me.
Great. Talk for me, Shawnee.
I am clicking on medicine and it's
I'm
not
here.
working, so.
Talk
Yeah.
for me, Stuart.
Hello.
And Yaroth?
I'm fine.
You're still coming through a little quiet, but I can understand you.
I can barely hear it.
Yeah, so there is a
Hello,
lot of
hello?
delay on rolls.
Oh, wow.
Did
Not
it go
this,
through?
Is it a delay?
Yeah, there's delay on the rolls going through today.
Yeah, I have Yaroth turned up to like
Yeah, I have him at
almost
200.
200 and can barely hear anything.
Oh, this is not good. There's gonna be a bunch of lag, isn't there? With a bunch of other. Yep.
Because everybody's on roll 20 because of the pandemic.
Or something.
That'd be funny.
Or roll 20 could just be bad.
It's pretty bad. So
It
with
is kind of, you know.
oh my god. So
Yeah.
seven
did
in
not-
7 in medicine, Virgil. No, you're you can feel it working, Calliope, but it's gonna be a bit for it to finish.
I'm a doctor. This isn't fair.
No, you're not.
Virgil, where did you get your
Holy
doctorate
shit.
from?
What the fuck? How many times did you click the button?
A lot.
I wanted to click it until it appeared.
That's not how that works.
Take the average.
I start to think he didn't go to a certified medical school.
Yarath said take the
Right.
average. And if you guys want to take the average if the rolls are going poorly, I'll let you take the average 4 times this session and then
That's
one
kind of terrifying.
reroll.
Really expecting us to die, huh?
So just in case you guys just really don't want to horribly fail something or wait for rolls to register. Anyways,
That was like what, 3 minutes?
something.
Yeah.
So you're feeling marginally better, Calliope? Definitely not in fighting shape.
Okay. Now, what is that? What is marginally better in points?
It's
What
nothing
the
better
number
in
big?
points. It's you need to sleep for this exhaustion to go away.
How long sleep?
8 hours.
Bruh.
Weren't we just there overnight? Or... How long were we in there?
You guys have not slept. You
Okay,
guys
so only
teleported
Teleported.
Oh.
teleported to the
It takes
treasury.
A little time.
You guys benefited from a short rest, so if you want to expend hit dice to recover health, you can.
Yeah, I can.
Callie,
The same
technically
as the
speaking, I do have a use of the healer's kit to restore health. When I use a healer's kit, it restores
like-
health.
I feel like I'm gonna need it.
But you need it for the whatever.
Alright, your hit dice should be restored to its regular, Shawnee, which is, I believe, Artificer's D8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Calliope, do you want to use all of yours?
Yes.
Okay. Roll.
So, alright.
And don't forget to add your wisdom modifier as well.
Jay Shall, if you go, yeah. Jay Shall, if you go into your character sheet and there's a bit next to hit dice, it says D4.
Yeah.
If you
Oh.
click that and
Oh,
change it
okay,
to
now
D8.
I see.
Wow, Calliope's tanky.
20.
6
We are tank.
times 4. Calliope gets 45 health.
Oh, what?
Does that include the bonus from
Oh.
Virgil's medicant?
I don't think Calliope has been adding their wisdom modifier
No.
to
I
their
haven't.
max health.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yep,
Is
so
that
I'm
a thing
gonna
that you do?
go ahead and smash your max health up to 40. Yes, it is, because you can spend your health
Wow.
points on
Because we need them. That's why.
yeah, because you don't go unconscious when you hit 0. You just start dying really
Wow.
rapidly. So I got more on your healing than you have max health, so you're at max health.
Well, wow.
Wow.
I'll spend my hit dice as soon
But
as
how do
Chrome
you-
starts responding again.
But how do you roll them all at once?
I
Okay.
I just add the modifiers, or I multiply them by how many hit dice I'm rolling, and then I roll number of hit dice. So like for example, Calliope's is 1d8 plus 6. I rolled 4d8 plus 24.
Yes.
Man.
that's
Shawnee, your hit dice did not register your wisdom modifier, so manually multiply your wisdom modifier by 4 and add that to the result.
Okay. Well, I thought the +3 here. No wait.
Plus 3 is from
Oh.
your constitution.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's not D&D
You can make-
without meaningless D&D
you can make-
statistics bullshit. What's up,
How many
Yarath?
the numbers, the big?
You can make custom rolls for, in the attacks list on the quest.
Yeah, well, we'll not get into that right there.
You should do that.
Gareth has never sounded better than this moment.
He sounds pretty
I
good.
think I got exactly max.
Hell yeah. So, what are you guys actually doing back at the treasury?
Breathing.
After we heal our boo-boos.
Yep.
Like after, well, Calliope sits up and is like, you know, we should like maybe back them up in case this was some sort of spooky ambush. Because I'm not exactly impartial to the idea of, you know, not getting our friends killed by a spooky ambush.
I mean, I believe in Amalia. She said, wait here. I don't want to get a fireball fist to the face.
Sure, but I believe in Amalia in, say, a one-on-one with another person. It could be a very strong person. But I mean, you've seen what we've had to kill recently. Those aren't people. Those aren't even anything. Those are just the worst. Maybe, you know, considering that, maybe we don't exactly know what we're up against. Maybe confidence is going to be our death. Who knows? I
I
don't.
don't know about confidence, but I'm just
A little louder, Yara.
I wanna go home.
That's all I got was I want to go home, which is completely
Yes, I
fair.
do. Which is, yeah.
Poor Albus.
Yay! I'll take it. It's something.
So the Asgardian demon kind of looks a bit uncomfortable and stands up and says, I don't quite understand. You seek to employ my services for this.
Yeah, I mean, Amalia, I think Amalia just said wait here because she likes to say wait here. Like,
But
I'm not exactly.
if an opportunity arises, we're just going to run.
Yeah? I don't blame you.
No, I'm asking if that's the plan.
Oh, well, I don't know. Could be your plan.
My plan's to kick some ass.
Oh, okay, well, I mean, then it's obviously not your plan. Why did you ask?
It seems I merely misconstrued your lot.
Yeah, probably. I mean, like, we don't really have much of a plan as far as things go. I think Amalia just kind of left. I don't know. Do you guys want to go? Like, we could go.
We should at least wait a few minutes for them to get back.
A thick, muscular tail moves out from beneath this thing's robes and just brings a water skin up to his lips. He's kind of regarding your horns, Calliope.
As he did that, Calliope kind of like recoiled and was like, "Whoa!" And it's like, "Oh wait, no, that's your tail." Okay. What? you're looking over me. I mean, wait, how tall is this thing?
Um,
Sorry, this person.
he would probably be about 7 feet if
Alright.
he wasn't hunched over, so he's like 6'4".
Okay, so Calliope is like, listen, I get that you're taller than me, but staring over my head isn't very polite.
Your horns.
Ah.
They're
Yes.
very interesting.
I mean, not really. They're made out of, what, keratin? They're not magic. I've tried.
Aren't you a self-professed sorcerer?
I mean, not really self-professed. I do magic without having to do book shit, so yes.
Doesn't that make them magic?
What?
Your horns. If you're magic, they're magic.
I mean, are my fingernails magic?
Yes.
Oh, then I guess they are magic. Shit.
One could argue for it, yes.
But I mean, why?
I'm mostly curious because the horns themselves. I don't know why. They just, despite looking so dissimilar, strike me as draconic.
Well, what are you gonna what are you getting at? Are you gonna poach me? What's the end goal of saying this?
You confronted my curiosity. I'm merely
Oh.
voicing it.
You know what? That's honestly fair. I'm being a little bit confrontational nowadays, and it's kind of a habit after, you know, going face to face with abhorrent aberrations of humanity and creatures of.
Oh yes, can you tell me about those?
What about them?
Just the ones you faced, so that
They're
I
gross.
can be...
They've got a lot of eyes. If you kill them, they come back a little bit, but then if you kill them again, they don't.
Huh.
So kill them a lot, like a whole lot. Like, you know how you normally kill a normal thing? Like, do that times 3 usually.
How long are we going to be waiting for your friends?
I don't know. I'm just gonna go. You guys can follow me if you want. Like, you guys kind of have
Last
a.
time we got inducted into a cult almost. Hmm?
Okay, you don't have to follow that. And Calliope stands up and just starts walking in the same direction that Amalia and Kabi were walking.
Alright, so
He's going to die without me.
the Asgardian demon just kind of regards you with a look, Virgil, as if to say, interesting fellow. And then he sits down with a sort of a toolkit, like a set of supplies that looks vaguely similar to Catherine's alchemist supplies, but it's got some new additions that you don't recognize, and it looks like it was crafted by hand.
Well now, what have we here? Hmm?
Oh, just the tools of the trade. And he sort of grumbles and goes to his work. Calliope, you exit the building. Albus, are you following, or are you staying with Virgil?
Follow me.
Following, great. So Albus and Calliope, you
Oh,
guys start walking sort of left and backwards from where the conflict noises are coming. You want a conversation, or are we just...
Yeah. So, Albus, I've never really asked this before, but like, why'd you get into engineering? Are you good at math? Like, do you have to do a lot of math?
I just smash stuff together.
Honestly, that sounds pretty excellent. I mean, smashing things together, I mean. But I mean, like, when I see you working, it seems like it has a lot more, like, potency than when I try and do something, smashing things together. Basically, to cut things short, when this is, like, finished and all, like, could I, like, watch you work for a few hours to see what I'm doing wrong? Because, like, I usually just electrocute myself.
Can he watch you?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. All right. Yeah.
Albus ponders to himself for a disproportionate amount of time. Yeah,
I like
of course you can
I
watch
like-
me.
I like the idea that he had to like give it a lot of thought. Like, is this going to end in either of our deaths?
You know, it sounds fair. Let's be real.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah.
So you guys come to the building that Amalia and Kavi entered. The door is still slightly ajar, and roll survival.
Both of us.
Just whoever's doing the tracking.
I've got a 3 in survival. Does that beat you, Albus?
Yeah.
All right. Wish me luck. Clicked it, so 19. Okay.
All right, so yeah, you're like, yeah, they're over here, and
Yeah,
you
I smell sweat. Amalia's this way.
yeah, you get to the weird sort of storage room with the multiple tiers and the ladders, and you go up the shaky one. You guys didn't bother rolling stealth, so the ladder rattles on its way up. Catherine and Amalia, behind you, you hear the ladder rattling as somebody ascends.
Okay, well, I spin around and grab my weapons. Aiming my shotgun.
Marius hand just lights up with flame.
All right,
Can
Calliope
I-
and
wait, wait.
Albus.
Can I? Calliope visibly looks like he is lowering his voice as he is as he gets ready
How do
to attempt
you-
to roll. Like he is like preparing himself very vocally, like he's leaning his chest forwards and all that. And I would like to roll intimidation as he begins to as he attempts to yell attemptively, very masculinely in the direction of it's the door is closed, right?
The door is slightly ajar, but they're around a corner.
All right, and we could hear like the sound of like fire and the clicking of a gun. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
That said,
All who interfere shall perish.
22.
all right, are you guys intimidated by a 22?
I think I'm wetting my pants at a 22. Wait, I'm gonna roll to see if I accidentally press the trigger on the gun.
Oh
That's
God.
a good response.
Wait,
yeah.
wait. Can I continue? Because I just wanted to see if I. Oh.
Okay, if that was a 7, I think I think a shot goes off.
There's like a moment of pause as the shot goes off. However, can I before this happens, can I continue with what I was saying?
Sure.
All who interfere with the Atsanales shall perish.
And he's really hamming it up. It sounds a little bit like it sounds like what some of you would imagine Inserafid sounding like if he was on a battlefield.
Do we recognize your voice?
No, probably
Air
not.
roars.
Roll deception.
Me?
Yes.
Alright. Well, I was gonna say as the shot goes off, you hear a but deception 22.
Yeah, it sounds exactly like Inserafid.
Yeah, it sounds like Inserafid.
The shot goes
weirdly,
off. It hits the wall and door.
All right, no one gets hurt.
She was behind a corner, and the door was only slightly ajar.
In Seraphic?
No, it's actually Calliope, but I'm glad it worked.
Okay, then Fee runs down the stairs and attempts to punch him.
There is no stairs. You step out from behind the corner. You open the door, and he's right there. And you attempt to punch him. Roll a strength attack. And then decide if it hits you, Fergus.
I will. It'll probably hit.
17.
That hits.
All right, you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
Ow! Ah! Listen, I didn't know who was behind there. I heard a gun.
You knew exactly who was behind there. You were tracking them.
It could have been someone with your gun. Oh, God. If a tooth gets loose because of this, you're paying for my dental work.
Did you see anyone else out there?
No. Yeah, no, it's clear. I think. I mean, we came up the same way you did, so no one's following you except for us.
Just hurry up and get up here.
Okay.
All right, Albus and Virgil, Albus and Calliope, you move around the corner and you see the pretty mangled corpse of Frederick.
Can I make an insight check to see if? Wait, can I? Okay, that's not Frederick. Where's his gun? No, but can I make an insight check to see if I think that that's Frederick?
Yeah.
Like, can I? I clicked it. 16?
You're aware of the existence of some general disguising magics, both illusory and transmutative. The thing is, typically when you die, if you're the source of that magic, it goes away. If somebody
Yeah,
else is the
but-
source of the magic, then it would conceivably stay the same. That said, they would probably also cover up all these scars if they were using transmutative magic, all these
Yeah.
horrible stitching scars that don't
But
look like they
also-
contributed to the death of this thing. The wrong
But
weapon's
also-
there. I'm going to leave it up to you whether you think this is Frederick or not.
Calliope, knowing well about the tricks of plastic surgery in Canaan, was like, wow, they have someone really skilled on their team to get this close to looking like Frederick.
Do you want to investigate for signs of plastic surgery?
Yeah, I would love to.
Roll
Is that insight or
whatever you
perception?
want. Say the check and I'll tell you like what the information you could
Okay,
get
I'm
is.
gonna make a perception roll.
All
20?
right, perception. Yeah, so you're sort of feeling around the face, looking for
It's
the
just silicon.
yeah, and there doesn't seem to be any.
Ha ha ha. Yeah. Well, there's there's flesh sculptors. They exist. Yeah.
You just like rub circles around his cheekbones for a couple seconds before you get creeped
Just
out
patting-
by feeling up the face of a corpse.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh god. Hey, wait. Okay. Well, I mean, at least it's not him. It doesn't have. He doesn't have his crossbow. Calliope turned around and looked at the sword as just for anything else rather than to look
It
at
is
him.
it's a cutlass that has some sort of ignition chamber at the base of its hilt.
Calliope picks it up and is like, look, I've never seen Frederick have this in my life. This is obviously a fake, a plant. A fake plant.
No, if
And
it was
not
a
even
plant,
a regular plant. No, I mean a plant as in it was put here, not a plant as in he was put in the ground and then grown.
It's nothing.
Hmm.
Alright, so. Well, I'm not entirely convinced myself, but I also know that I don't have time to solve that particular mystery.
Is high
Well,
good or bad?
nonetheless- Me?
Anyone?
Yeah, High's
Eh?
the best. I love High.
Everyone
High-
agree?
Yeah,
yeah.
High is the best. Damn it.
So much for it being 420.
Well, it's actually 4/20/2020.
Exactly. So high should have been super good, and we
I
should
should
have
have
gotten
been
it.
amazing.
But no.
And then
No
a
such
little
luck.
a little goblin jumps out of the stitches and dances around the room.
No, nothing changes.
Oh god damn it! I hate it when that happens. Question.
What's up?
Taking a better look at the cutlass, what's it look like? Like what? How? Does
It
look
looks
shitty?
like it's made of sort of a weird craftsmanship. It's definitely not Canadian. That said, it's got the same sort of ruggedness that some of the machetes and cleavers and hacksaws employed by these people that have been carrying these things around typically do. It like there's a little bit of a like a rushedness to its construction. It looks
How's
like
the
the
edge look?
effort was put in like the engine components as opposed to the blade itself. The edge, it's notched in a couple places, but it's definitely usable.
I'm glad you wrote that.
From a mechanical standpoint, is this better than the Rider Palash?
From a mechanical statement, the Rider Palash can deal 2d4 at a range or 1d8 in melee, or the and this thing can deal a 1d8 in melee, and as a bonus action, you can light it on fire for the next attack, which adds 2d8 fire damage. So this doesn't have the ranged components.
Okay, yeah, no. Calliope is like, hey, you can have your pointy stick back, and he tosses it over. Like, he doesn't toss it over, but he like kind of waves it over in Amalia's direction.
All right, you get your shooty sword back.
And what's this called? What's this cool name?
I'm gonna call this
You could just call it the Flammenmesser because it's
that sounds really cool, Flammenmesser.
yeah, because that's just fire curved sword.
Wait, isn't that the name of Anjanath's sword in Monster Hunter World?
I don't think
So you're not. So you're not calling it.
Flammenzahn is the great sword.
Okay.
Yeah, because a Kleinmesser is a small messer, and then a Flammenmesser would be an on fire.
I
messer.
love German. Well, it's
A
a messer that's on.
Yeah.
It definitely messes people. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
So
that's
it's
fun
not.
fact.
So it's not Red Queen then.
Unfortunately.
It's called Red Queen.
Fun fact about the Flamberge. You know the sword in Dark Souls, Eric?
Also the sword that I learned of for the first time in Diablo 2. Yes.
Well, okay, fine. Fun fact about that is that it's called that because the sword looks like it's wavy, so that you were like, oh,
Yeah.
it's on fire.
Yes. I know.
I just thought that was neat.
Anyways.
All right. So I want to take stock of where we are. I'm gonna lay out what our options are, and I want to stress from the start. None of them are particular. Whatever that ghost thing is, more than likely in the feed where your cultists are currently holding it up.
My cultists?
Yes, the ones who kidnapped you.
Okay, yeah, they did kind of kidnap me.
I'm being charitable there, but anyway, between us and them currently is a battlefield. We could try and fight our way through. By the time we get to the cathedral, if we make it there, we may well have exhausted our resources. Really depends how many of the ad snails are still alive and fighting. But I have been thinking about this. I'm wondering if we're going about killing this thing in the right way.
Yeah?
There's a couple of things that's been on my mind. Firstly, when it gave out that massive cry when we destroyed one of its effigies, no one else seemed to hear it. Correct?
Yeah.
Secondly,
Oh.
when we approached where it was, Inserafid could remember certain things.
Okay,
Got it.
yes.
I remember. That did not affect us.
Okay.
Thirdly, you remember when I mentioned the thing to Rudolph and he seemed to have an idea of what it might be?
Yeah.
You remember what he called it?
No.
No.
Neither do I. Eric, what did he call it? It was Dream something.
Who's Eric?
Roll history.
Aw, that's mean. Fair, but
He called it the emissary from the dream.
oh wow, that's really Bloodborne.
He called it the emissary from the dream.
Huh.
Now,
Dream that we were in?
putting all the things together, if that is what this thing is, where do you think it goes when it's not doing hunting?
I don't know, dreams?
Or a dream?
Okay.
Our dream?
So there are a couple of things I want to point out. You might not have noticed this when we were in, what was the first district we came to? The ruined one? The fort one?
The Cirque district.
When we came to the Cirque district, and we came out of that dream world for the first time, we emerged place scorched by fire. Fire that had burst out from the buildings themselves. Fire resembled aftermath, whatever those spiders were, that monster sentence. Coincidentally, what happened in the dream, we emerged out into the real world. It had been burned up too.
Are you saying it was our fault?
I'm not saying it was our fault. Hear me out here. What if these two worlds are linked?
I mean, that was kind of proven when we were in them, and then in this one.
Yeah, but what I mean is, events that happen in one affect the other. Think about it.
Well, yeah, that was when we. Well, this might have just happened for me, but when you touched I touched a weird crystal thing, and then I learned how to teleport. So I mean, like.
Yeah, and do you remember? And do you remember what the world looked like when we came back to it after a day had passed?
No, I don't even remember what I had for breakfast.
So, just as a refresher, Calliope, when you touched the crystal, it was, you weren't in a place you recognized. Out of character, you guys, all of you but Calliope, were transported to a version of the gamer dimension where there was a huge schism dividing it, and probably about half of it was the weird alien sewer complex that you were in, and then the other half was a giant crystal lake, and that was completely frozen over and misted, and like waves were frozen and giant monsters were frozen mid submersion, that sort of shit. Calliope, you only saw the lake.
Yes. Oh, right. I mean, if you meant like, okay, now don't call me crazy, but there was like this whole ass new spot where I was in. It kind of looked like a, do you know those, have you ever been to a museum before?
Yeah.
You know how sometimes they have like these big blocks with like sea life kind of like stuff like put in them to preserve them?
Uh-huh.
It's done with rare
kinda
grasses
look-
and stuff.
It kind of looked like a whole ass lake of that.
And from where our perspective was, we saw the outside of that. Part of it was the same place that we explored the first time. The other half was your crystal lake. You know, you were separated from us, and you.
So where I was indicated where I ended up in the dream world, which is interesting.
It does pop into your head, Amalia, that a single inconsistency is when you went back into the gamer dimension for the first time, even though you guys were separated, you guys all popped back out where you had fought the entity very first. It doesn't seem like it's as consistent as you're portraying it to be.
Oh no, it's another point she's making. So, what happened in between? First time came into that world. Second time, when half of it was frozen over.
I mean, not to sound rude, but as fun theorizing is, we're kind of in the middle of a hellscape, and we were originally attempting to save people from said hellscape. So I mean, maybe we can, hold the pencil pushing off for after we've.
The pencil pushing is very important. think about it. What changed between those two times?
Do you want the cheat sheet, Calliope?
Calliope, sure, but I might not use it still.
The effigy.
The effigy is in. Oh, I mean, like. Well, I mean, okay. Can you be a little bit more direct? Like, I don't know. Is this like one of those rhetorical questions? Like, you
We
trying to
broke.
get-
We broke an effigy in the real world, and more important, it's around that time when we broke the effigy and we came out of that world where half of it was frozen over. Everybody, the area was under that curse.
I see what you mean. Well, you know what we could do? So, I have had my own personal, very vague theory for a couple of minutes now about. I was talking with the black hat guy who then tried to kill me and then we killed him about how death just is irrelevant to them for whatever strange reason. So, aside from the fact that they may be immortal, if we blow up assuming that they're linked, if we blow up those effigies, I have an idea that like that'll probably stop them from coming back. Hopefully, perhaps, maybe. Like a
Calliope,
10% chance.
roll history.
Okay. 1 second. All right. History. Hate history.
History hates you.
I clicked it. It's coming.
Yeah, no problem.
Eventually. It's making its way.
You can keep going. I'll just give you the information if you get it.
17.
You do. 17 and a 0.
Because I have a -2.
Yeah. All of a sudden, you talking about the black hat recollects some things for you. The eyes looked vaguely familiar on that guy, and his voice.
Who is it?
He also seemed like Frederick.
Like. Hey, so, this might sound a little bit crazy, but I'm pretty sure that there's, like, clones. The more that I think, like, I'm pretty sure that, like, the Frederick, I'm thinking of Frederick, right?
Right.
And you're also probably thinking of Frederick. But I think that there's more than one Frederick. I think Frederick might be a class or a breed. I know that sounds a little bit insane. I get that.
Sounds a lot of it.
No.
The guy I was looking at earlier, I'm looking at this one's eyes, and I'm recollecting back at his eyes and his voice. Sounded and looked a lot like Frederick, like to a degree that I'm uncomfortable with.
Since he's brought that up, and since I thought there was something familiar about the eyes and that too, can I?
Oh yeah, it all totally makes sense to you, Amalia.
And so it's a whole ass clone army, huh?
Did Frederick tell you he wanted to leave?
Yeah, he was bouncing, and so I said bye, and he said bye, and then I'd never seen him again, and I'm pretty sure I still haven't, even though that this looks like a Frederick.
What if
I don't know.
he found this?
Found what?
Amalia points at the dead corpse.
So the dead
found?
corpse, the signs of it running into here happened after everyone had already left. So Frederick would have had to come back after the conflict started.
No, I mean, what if while he was in the cathedral, he found
Gotcha.
this?
That's fair.
I mean, I think that he was leaving because of, the funky shit, that was going on. That
Yeah,
he didn't.
specifically the funky shit where they are apparently making more of him.
Maybe that's what they're using with the fingers.
So you think there was an original Frederick who doesn't have any fingers now?
That was probably the OG Frederick, because he was the coolest.
But
That's
he
usually
had
how
all his
that-
fingers.
Yeah, but I mean, like, maybe it's
They never wanted you to get the fingers of the hunters. Always fingers of completely unrelated people.
well, either way, that Frederick that I know is the cool Frederick. So I mean, this isn't that big of a revelation to me. At least he's fine. Like I was lying to you about thinking that this was like this is a guy. Like this is a whole dead guy.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Frederick can't die.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway,
I mean,
can I get
Frederick's immortal. Like, have you seen him? Like, he's so cool.
anyway? Can I get back to my point?
Yeah.
So, if we take it as a running theory,
Okay.
things happening in either of the worlds affects the other.
Yeah. Your dramatic pauses are great, but like, can you get to the point?
And we balance it on probability that this thing has some kind of influence on dreams.
Yes.
What I'm saying is that in one of these worlds, there's not an army between us and it.
Very theatrical. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Let's taking that as our running theory. Maybe we should just go and destroy the effigies first, then. That might actually like do a thing
But will
that's
it?
Yeah.
tangible.
Will it?
You know, so if you've not been listening to me talk for the last 5 minutes, could you at least have pretended to not?
I mean, it just kind of phases it through my head. I mean, like,
The reason we're not storming the cathedral right now is because there's an army between us. Do you think there's not an army in between us and the effigy as well?
I mean, there's only so many of them. It's not like they're infinite. Like we've seen, like, if they were, then why is there a riot?
How fucked up were we fighting 4 of them?
Yeah, pretty. But that's what I'm
And
saying. is that-
you think we can just walk up to like
I mean,
So
not-
Amalia,
not
your
while it was
hunches,
firing.
your hunches about the location of the effigies was, one's in the cathedral, and you think one is in the safe house that you guys didn't end up using, and that safe house is located, coincidentally enough, pretty close to the graveyard. So if you wanted to go use the teleportation circle, you could be there in like 5 minutes.
It's like it's not like there was only 2 of them and one was there and one was in the cathedral. There was that other one though, right? Like we can just go there. Like
yeah. So go break that one first.
all right, okay, cool.
Then I say we take this fight to this bitch on its own plane.
Wouldn't we be weaker off if we were on its own plane?
Think about every time we've woken up in that place. You not feel refreshed when you go in?
I mean, not refreshed enough to, kill weird god.
Better than we are right now.
Sure, but I'm not really liking our chances of doing it either way. I feel like we should, kill the things around it so we can.
That's the point. One of them's in the cathedral, one of them's at the safe house.
Yes.
One at
Okay,
the
yeah.
safe house, and then we go kill this bitch on its own plane.
Sure. Also, thought the whole destroying a support beam to blow up the whole cathedral doesn't really matter about the whole like logistics of repairing it later. Like that's up for grabs now. I don't think anyone's gonna care if we blow it up at this point.
Yeah, and this isn't a well-organized conspiracy at all. I bet they've not thought about someone throwing a shatter through their window and blowing up their foundations.
I mean, they're not like they're not ridiculously smart.
So remember that the cathedral's big enough that you'd probably need like 20 or 30 shatters to collapse it.
Calliope just thinks that it's like I want to break the house. You break the house.
Catherine, how are you feeling about the prospect of abandoning the front lines of the Atzenales?
Well, the front lines of the Atzenales don't appear to have any accident. So,
Well, you haven't been to the sounds of the conflict yet. And this place is not overrun with cultists, so presumably they're putting up a fight somewhere.
well, when you put it like that, yeah, he is not happy. No. Okay, but I'm. And this will help the people who are fighting right now.
It'll take a little while. They might all be dead by the time we even get to an effigy.
Let me put it this way.
You guys could split up.
As far as I can see, this is literally the best shot.
You know, the thought of splitting up crossed my mind, Amalia, but I feel like we'll die if we do that, so it's up to your discretion, of course, Captain.
The effigy did only take a couple of shotgun blasts to take out,
but
and
also,
it didn't really fight back.
okay, out of character though, I'm just gonna assume that the effigy is not going to be alone.
The safe house was unguarded.
Alright, yeah, okay.
The streets were barren when you guys were there, and seeing as how the graveyard's close to the safe house, you would have noticed if there were any patrols.
Yeah, out of character, splitting up might be great, but quietly's not doing it.
No problem. You guys
All
have
right.
somebody that you could talk to that might be willing to do it on your behalf, and then if he
Yeah.
dies, it's just an NPC. Who cares?
I care about him.
Zavoim can't die. Don't be stupid.
Why don't we just go get Sylvia to do it?
He survived like an entire campaign's association with Valdana. I think he'll be fine.
That's true. He did. Valdana is a couple tiers above any of the Eldritch Horrors and Windchimes.
Yeah, he survived an entire campaign with her. I think he'll be fine.
So what's the plan?
We'll talk to Zav. Alright, here's what we'll do. Talk to
I'm gonna teleport you guys. You guys have all met back with Virgil. You filled him in on everything. Zavoim's there. Rudolph's still there. Rudolph is now conscious. Now that he's conscious, the glaze in his eyes doesn't really go away. You realize that he's also blind and he's been deafened. He's been pretty horribly fucked up. But he's living and he's healthy.
Well, I suppose if anyone has come across anyone with any really like high level healing spells.
Do we have glasses?
Virgil's just been idly flicking with his scalp. Is this really any way to live?
He's 15, Virgil.
I don't know.
And Virgil's immoral, except in Canaan where he's not.
I don't know. Virgil is Would you want to live after being punched for his skull by a fireball? Or would you
If I
prefer?
was blinded and deafened,
Or would you prefer to be in a reality where that didn't happen?
I'm not saying I'm gonna kill the kid if magic can fix him. He's a kid,
Yeah, but you don't seem like the type to let that stop you.
Ouch.
Well,
I wasn't saying that in a bad way.
fair.
I can't think of a good way you could take that.
Yeah, I mean that I mean, good burn, but that was definitely like you hit him with it.
Zavoim, the blue-scaled Asgardian demon, takes out some ointment and just rubs it on your forehead in solidarity, Virgil.
So, Mr. Dragonborn, yeah, you got a name. This is kind of awkward.
Zavoim.
Right, great. Mr. Zavoim, would you be good enough to take a message to Frontline, and if you happen to see any bastards on the way who need killing, if you could kill them?
He stands up from his sitting posture up against the wall, loudly cracks his knuckles, and says,
It would be my pleasure. What is the message?
So, they know about the weird ghost thing, so we're just gonna say we're gonna deal with a weird ghost thing.
he nods.
And if they can hold out until dawn, we have reinforcements coming.
Hey, Virgil.
Hmm?
So, do you have any, like, okay, hear me out, poison on you?
I have a poisoner's kit as well.
Have you got, like, a paralytic?
Mind numbing right now is the best is the closest thing.
Alright, what about something that just, like, yeah, okay, you know what, actually, that'll do. Can I, you know, he kind of, like, extends his hand to take it.
Virgil looks at the syringe, looks at the. You won't. It's not. Why?
Don't worry, I have a plan, and this is not a dumb plan, this is a functioning plan that will work. I'm going to poison this sword before we go.
All right.
What? Why not just poison it in the fucky dimension?
What?
Well, that's where you're going to be fighting, isn't it? The gamer
That's
dimension.
where we'll be fighting.
So you guys want to pay a trip to the safe house?
Yeah.
All right, you guys go back to the treasury. You teleport through the teleportation circle. You come back out the graveyard. You climb back out into the streets. And you go over to the safe house. The door is open. It looks like some people have been in here. Not since you guys have entered the district, but since you guys have been here yourselves. There's some faint black residue just kind of congealed on the walls. There's no real smoke billowing out of anything. And upstairs you find where the effigy was likely mounted before it was ripped off and taken.
Ooh.
Took you about
That makes.
Took about 5-10 minutes to get here. And as you show up, Amalia, you receive a message. And that message is going to be a mental image of what Zavoim is seeing on the front lines.
Oh, good.
Changes music, death grips place.
Oh, hey, they zombified Jidek. Good job.
No, he looks the same as he did.
I like the giant ass thing, question mark, question mark, question mark.
So they're pretty outnumbered and kind of on their last legs. The image slowly fades.
There's 5 of them, and oh, can you switch back to that
There's
really quick?
6, there's 8 of them,
Oh,
9 including Jidek, and there are 4 Atzenales including Jamie, not
Nah, I think
counting
I'm
the
good.
ghost.
he's super god.
However, they do have the high ground, they do have barricades, and they do have cannons.
Hey,
It's
that's
over,
like,
Anakin.
It's a sort of a smoky hillside where they're fighting that they've fortified the top. It looks like next to one of the more prominent Atzenalian buildings. And down, hovering above a large pavilion, is the massive ghost-like entity with the crooked staff holding the lantern full of black smoke. And because you saw this image, you saw that 2 effigies were hovering in the air behind the black ghost.
So we're sure there were only 3 effigies?
That was Amalia's best guess with like a 23 Arcana check.
27.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
something absurd. The DC was like 15. The lower DC was like 8. The 8 is there are more effigies. 15 is there are 3 effigies.
27 is that you are.
27 is you Thanos snap
Well
the
then,
effigies.
if you want to destroy the effigies, we have to go help them. Because they're all back there.
Goofy looking into Amalia's brain.
Amalia would bring this
Amalia,
up.
tell us.
Yeah, Amalia
Yeah.
relays everything, is what it sounds like.
Yeah. Question about that materia that I got like a while ago.
Which one?
What was the one that I got from the? I swear I got a materia last session.
On the body on the lift, yeah.
Yeah, and what was it again?
You haven't
I don't
slotted
have it
it. You
written
don't know. It seems really mysterious. You
I
feel
thought-
No, I think I was supposed to get
Yeah,
a
no,
materia
she-
from the thing in the water dimension, and that was supposed to be clarified later.
Yep. Still need to slot them to see what they do.
Oh,
Because these ones are not standard materia. These ones
Okay.
are special materia. You have to slot them in and test them out. Calliope, you know that the materia you got off the body goes into gloves. And
Whoops, my bad. That's.
And it's not the materia of thievery, even though you did get that as well. What's your name? Catherine. The materia you got is supposed to go into a cart?
a cart?
Like a drawn carriage sort of thing?
Ah,
What the fuck?
Don't worry about it. I'm just having a good time.
Anyways,
I think
I
roll
have a-
20 may be broken.
Plus the sword, the sword really quick. I'm just trying to like set it up so I can use it in combat.
Alright.
Is it a dex weapon?
yes, it is a
Alright.
finesse weapon. You can use
Am I-
dex or strength.
Proficient in that? No, I'm not proficient.
Um,
I don't think so.
Sorcerers
in
are-
Calliope's childhood, how often would you use pool noodles as swords?
Oh, dude, Calliope was the kind of person who did it when like no one else was.
You're
even,
proficient.
Like... All right.
It's exactly like using a slightly heavier pool noodle sword.
Okay. All right. I respect this.
Okay. So, guys.
Never tell me I'm too serious of a DM.
Yep. So, guys, do you wanna?
It's alright. Mood whiplash is a thing.
All right. Well, I open the floor to everyone. The 2 effigies are with the ghost monster fighting the snails.
Oh fuck! I completely forgot. On your way here, the Chairs District is being transmuted actively. You see a lot of the black, sort of construction that was in the gamer dimension. You see a lot of the sleek, sort of metal, the advanced composition of a lot of the materials. You even see some of the like water transmission systems of the Chairs District have actually been replaced by the same sort of aqueducts that were in the gamer dimension when you were exploring it. It's this very uncanny juxtaposition of the two places, and as you reach the safe house itself, I can't believe I neglected to mention this, the sky itself seems to have a giant schism in it. One which is bearing the underside of the massive cave that it was situated in, and the rest that is actual sky, with a really jagged sort of scar separating the two. The clouds, as they drift through this scar, just deform into nothing. And the cave side doesn't seem to be moonlit at all.
definitely worrisome.
Oh, that tears it. This bitch is from that dimension.
It does, but it also makes you roll Arcana.
While rolling Arcana, so is a Dex weapon, if a finesse weapon that I'm proficient in, is it a weapon? Is it plus Dex or
It's
is it
plus
like
Dex, plus proficiency.
Okay, so I'm right. Okay.
Amalia, as you observe all of these things, you come to the slow conclusion that there is no longer a differentiation between the gamer dimension and the Cherus district. They are one and the same.
Bruh.
Well, so much for our plan.
Nope. This just makes it easier.
I mean, yeah, that kind of puts a kibosh on all that. Eric definitely should have mentioned that one sooner.
Well,
I can't believe we have the data sphere.
instead of us having to go to him, he's kindly brought his home to us. Let's go take him a fruit basket. And by a fruit basket, I mean let's go fucking skull off.
Yeah. Okay.
So, since this is a fusion of the gamer dimension and ours, are we refreshed while we're here?
Nope.
Cringe.
Fuck you.
Yes.
Good luck. What you doing?
Are we there? Like, are we there?
Are you guys going back to the teleportation circle into the middle of the Atsenalian estate to fight on that front?
The thing is, Eric, now we have to fucking rethink our plan.
Yeah, we have to.
Nope. Now plan is easier. Now we just go murder him.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll put your stuff on the map. Don't
I
worry.
think it's way simpler. All right. Yeah. No. Let's just go. Let's just go to the front lines. Help them out.
Is high good or bad? Because it's been about 20 minutes since.
Yes. High is the best it's ever been.
Hey!
High is the best it's been all game!
I said high is the best it's ever been. And
420 day.
That's the highest it has been. It is the highest in the room.
Nice.
So what happened?
It's just how the battle's proceeding.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's head in. Let's go. Fly if he's at the teleportation circle.
Okay. You guys head to the treasury, and you're coming up from the back. Let me put all your tokens on the board. Virgility.
Virgil, say your catchphrase. What's your funny catchphrase?
You know, what's your funny catchphrase, Virgil?
Game on. What's Virgil's catchphrase?
Is it game on? Is it I'm going ghost? Are you going ghost?
No. Rachel doesn't have
Am I
money.
missing
Such
somebody?
that.
What's his catchphrase?
It's time to do
Saying the most
this.
is, shit, fuck, damn, hell, piss.
Here,
So
here,
catchphrase,
just a little bit. Here, a little bit more.
Virgil.
Hmm?
I'm just adding all of your turns so it doesn't fuck up when you get to the actual screen. You guys get to here, and the music changes.
Oh, now we get Death Grips music when it's not even in the gamer dimension. Because it is the gamer dimension. I was right. Wait, no, this is too slow for it.
Roll initiative. As you come upon the hillscape, Zavoim in front of you, looking slightly taxed, missing a few vials off of his belts, and Jamiel down, fortifying the barricades at the bottom of the hill with one of the two remaining Atsenalian survivors. They are being confronted by the massive ghost that is above the pavilion, the massive form of Jidect, which you immediately recognize, Virgil, and one of the Whitecaps.
Hey, Virgil, inject me with the thing.
I only have one thing left.
Oh, well then, oh. I mean, out of all the times to use it.
Out of all the times to use it, the best time is now, but not on you.
I mean,
Amalia,
it's on someone. Yeah,
permission?
go give it to.
Tink, tink.
What? She says, what? It almost sounds like yes.
He'll take it.
Do you need me to roll for you, Albus?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe click on my token. Oh wow, that's a very good Jidek sprite.
It's a scary Jidek spray.
He's big, and he's angry.
He's
Very.
Hey?
Click and click.
That doesn't look like an anchor. That looks like a Minecraft.
Wow.
All right, whose turn do you guys want Zavoim to go on, and who wants to control him? I'll control him. Never mind. I'm not giving you guys Zavoim.
He's too cool for us.
No, that just means I have to make a character sheet on the fly in Roll20, as opposed to using the one I have in my notes.
Okay. That's also true. All right. Who goes first? Kavi goes first.
Kavi sure does.
Me.
All right, so Kavi, you at first you don't see Jamie or the other two Atsunales. You just see the encroaching forces and all the rubble that's been compiled on this hillside to block them from coming up any way but the path with the stairs. You see the 3 cannons. You see 6 remaining cannonballs, 3 on the left, 3 on the right near the building. And your blood surging, you act before anyone else. What do you do?
So what color are the cannons again? Oh, there.
They're black. And even if they're pointing in a certain direction, you can use them to attack anything that's on the hill, or the valley beneath the hill. Also, I will note that this building, this central circle, is a balcony, and it looks like it's accessible from the interior. So if you guys want to get high ground, you can go into there.
Okay, so do I take can I take a cannonball?
Yep. So
This is
carrying.
as far as I can go anyway.
Perfect.
So how far do the cannons go?
The cannons reach anywhere down here. You can target anybody, and they deal 8d6 bludgeoning damage.
Damn. Kill Jidek, kill Jidek, kill Jidek.
And it looks like Jidek has taken a couple of hits from the cannons.
Yeah, well.
Massive dents in his armor.
Oops. How do I do this?
So roll first for rolling attack. Roll 1d20 plus 8.
Okay.
Damn.
20 plus 8.
What?
So that's 13
What?
to hit. Who are you targeting?
Jida.
All right, you miss as the cannonball just, and he brings up the massive anchor and just clings it off of the
How did I
the
get
midsection.
a 5?
You got a 5.
That's what I ask every time I fail a medicine roll.
Okay. And my danger plant's gonna be shuffling behind me, but it has less movement.
5,
feet
10,
around?
15. It moves 15 feet around.
Okay.
So we can get to there. All right,
Okay. I'm gonna.
Albus, your turn. I'm pretty sure Danger Plant has a ranged attack.
How far can it reach?
I don't know. Check. Danger Plant, character sheet. Yeah, Acid Blast, range 30 feet. So, I don't think it's in range for anything.
Yeah, it's not in range.
You could hit one of the barricades. So, Albus, your turn.
What are the Fredericks equipped with, by the way?
What?
What are the Fredericks equipped with?
It looks like these two have ranged weapons primarily, like big ranged weapons that you can't really clearly see from over here. This one looks like it has some kind of two-handed melee weapon. This one seems like it has some kind of two-handed melee weapon, but the melee weapons are on their backs, and they have pistols as well.
Alright. I have a plan.
Yeah, you didn't set this to lit, by the way.
I know. Or it's just not playing. Or there's a long silence afterwards.
Or you forgot to put it on lit.
Oh no, I remember what I did. I looped it. Never mind. We're good. So, Albus, your turn. What are you doing?
Albus is typing.
Typing it out.
Okay, no problem. So there was 3 on each side. Mechanical arms at the tower shield. Great. Summon turn as an action. Moving. To there. And then temp health shield.
Yep.
Okay. So 1d10 plus 5 or plus 4. I'll check in a second. Yeah, 1d10 plus 4. Oof. So Virgil, Albus, Amalia, and Danger Plant get 5 temp health.
Yep.
Okay.
Also, these tokens really need the life bar. A list of player one.
A list of what?
The player one. The player tokens should have the life bar.
Oh yeah. Do you want me to make the aura brighter?
I can do it.
Okay. So that brings us to this thing's turn. It extends its crooked lantern to basically all of you over here. Need Constitution saves from everybody. Zav Williams gonna try and make his. My man. Nice. Nice.
Hey, that's
You guys are all really good at Constitution saves.
Yeah, I mean the plus.
Alright, so Albus and Amalia. Are we missing anybody? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have Calliope's, we have Amalia's, we have Virgil. Need yours.
1 second. I'll be right back.
No problem. Caro? Did Caro die?
John
God.
dropped it. Yes, he dropped out of the call.
Alright, I will roll for him. And he's going to respond until he gets back.
Which is a shame, 'cause I think his turn's last, so he'll be fine.
Alright, so Virgil fails, Amalia fails, Albus makes it exactly. So Virgil and Amalia, the curse reforms over your heart. It's very visible, and it is more constricting than it's ever been. Calliope, your turn. You back? Calliope.
Yes.
The curse is reformed over Amalia and over Virgil's heart.
Hey, that's not good.
You resisted it. Everyone else did as well.
Yes.
Your turn.
Okay. Where am I?
Right there.
All right. Okay. All right. I see how things are. What's the furthest distance I can go?
What's your speed?
30.
6 squares.
All right.
Diagonals do not count as extra.
Is there any way to boost that at all?
You can dash for your action, so you can't make any attacks afterwards, to double your movement to 60, which is 12 squares.
Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. And at the barricade, do I have to make a roll to get over that, or can I?
You have
just get over
3/4 cover. You cannot get out unless you roll acrobatics or some shit.
that? All right. Can I roll acrobatics or some shit?
Go ahead and roll acrobatics or some shit.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, you get your clothing caught in a couple of the spokes a couple times, but you manage to get through.
Nice. Okay, cool.
Getting back onto the other side is going to be way harder.
Oh yeah, I know. And for bonus action, can I light my sword on fire?
Yep.
And how long does that last?
Until you make your next attack. So
Alright.
I'm gonna say, apart from that, it'll only last for 10 minutes.
Okay. Alright. Okay.
Which is
alright.
Which is like 60
And
rounds.
That's the combat. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, that's my turn.
All right.
So, just to check, all this is rubble?
Yes.
They're really bad at siege tactics.
Yeah.
Baby.
Maybe. Yeah.
It is not. It is not all rubble from the Atzenalians. All of this rubble is from the gamer dimension.
Oh yeah, no. I'm just saying that generally speaking, you want to be standing on like this side of the barricade.
Oh no, I know. It looks like they ordinarily were, but they've just finished like a surging offense. Like you can see a lot of hoofbeats from Jamie's horse up here. And there's also a lot of Atzenalian bodies up near these cannons. So it looks like the majority of them were up there. There's probably more Atzenalian bodies down here. I just don't want to clutter with tokens. And so first, Jidek's turn represents all of the enemies that aren't question mark. This one is going to immediately run up to you, Calliope, and try to grapple you. Contest with athletics or acrobatics.
Okay.
Not that hard.
A 12 doesn't. Oh.
Ooh.
Actually, you know what? Do I want to spend my reroll early?
Do you?
Yeah, I do. Today I will reroll acrobatics in parentheses clueless. Nice. Okay.
That's not good.
All right, I see how it is.
So as it approaches you, you start to try to move out of the way, and its left arm just desegments Resident Evil style into 4 different limbs.
Okay.
And they all just kind of contort around you with the wrong
Yeah.
amount of joints,
Don't
and
like
then
that.
just pull you into it, and it wraps its other arm around you, and its other arm starts bulging and growing bulbously,
Cringe.
and it whispers, "You won't get away again."
This one's dead.
This one shoots at you twice with its pistol.
Okay. All right. Okay. Cool. Epic.
4. Both
All right.
miss.
They both miss. This time you won't get away. Point blank shoots. Just like Calliope wiggles his body around the bullets. Goes full worm mode.
Does the one who rolled a 1 just have his gun explode or something?
15. That was Calliope that rolled a 1. 20, 25.
No, one of them rolled a 1 on their attack, so.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I guess his gun's jammed now.
That's pretty funny.
Gets to here. He holds up a giant materia with his left hand, or his right hand, I guess, because he's left-handed in the token. Holds up a giant blue swirling materia, the color of the ocean, at you, Calliope, and roll a Constitution save.
Why me? All right.
Because the world hates you.
Wow, my rolls are bad today. Like to a hilarious.
I'm
Alright.
so sorry.
You take 21 water damage as
Ninja.
you're immediately suffocated and water starts pouring out of all of your orifices.
Ninja. All right. Cool. I respect that.
Too bad you don't have my material that helps you with
Water
water.
breathing. Yeah, that'd be funny.
You are suffocating. So, what's your Constitution score?
Oh my god. My constitution.
What's your modifier?
3.
All right,
What?
so you can suffocate for 3 rounds before you go unconscious, which doesn't kill you, but you will
All
go
right, cool.
unconscious.
How do I
And it
not
doesn't
choke?
make you stronger.
To stop the water from coming out of your orifices.
Awesome.
It's kind of
Cool.
horrible.
Yeah, that is kind of horrible, huh? All right.
And then
cool.
these guys move to here. They're gonna make attacks on this fella. 20 plus. That hits. Ooh, ooh. All right. Great damage rolls. This guy only takes 18. As you hear gunshots from over here, and then boom, and this guy gets hit by a couple of bullets, and then a huge crossbow bolt just very narrowly avoids impaling him through the torso, and it just kind of skitters along one of his arms. Leaves a pretty deep gash, but not as bad as it could have been.
Is that
And then it's Amalia's turn. So, Amalia, you have just been newly cursed.
Great.
curse X2?
Alright. Jidek's like really big, right?
Yes.
So I can see him from here, right?
You can see all of them from here. The hill's pretty tall.
Right, then.
You probably can't see Calliope or the Atsunale, but you can see the white cap that's holding Calliope. And you can see Jamie because she's on top of a horse.
But more importantly, I can see Jidek holding up a big blue orb of bat. Yep.
It's materia. You know that
Alright.
materia is indestructible.
How's his hand?
Jidek's hand?
Yeah.
Looks like a hand.
Is that
That's not
indestructible?
indestructible.
Probably not. I would hope Jidek's hand isn't indestructible. It's a really
I like
weird.
The idea of his,
It's a really
his
weird
hand.
Achilles thing going on.
Yeah, he just
Or
doesn't-
reverse
his hand-
Achilles, like his
Yeah.
just his hand is invincible.
Just his hand. That's actually kind of anime, where you just block things with your one invincible hand. I respect that.
Alright. I'm not an idiot and I'm not going to cast Shatter on them because look at that fucker. I think he can make a Constitution roll.
It'd be kind of cool if you shattered him, though.
That's not how shatter works.
You shatter anything.
Yeah.
He might have a. Okay, hear me out. He might have a prosthetic that you could insight for.
All right, Eric.
It's really dark and he's really far away.
All right, Eric. Is he a building?
No, he's not a building.
Therefore, no shatter.
Like,
Therefore,
you're
no
built like a brick
shatter.
shit ass.
But you know what? But yeah, Firebolt on the other hand does have 120 range. So let's
Sure.
just blast his fucking hand.
Sure do. If you're calling the shot, you have to roll at disadvantage.
You could also attack the barricade.
Why would you attack the barricade that's protecting you?
I don't know.
Has Virgil stabbed me already?
Virgil has not stabbed you.
Okay. Yeah. Or, and hear me out, why if we just magic missile his hand instead?
What's Magic Missile's range?
I think it can rage. What is magic missile's range?
120 feet. You sure can.
Sure can. Let's add
Alright.
fire on it just for funsies, and let's just blast his fucking hand.
Roll damage.
Isn't magic missile like?
So it doesn't.
Yeah, you don't have to roll.
Magic missile just works.
Damage, damage, damage. And then fire damage. Alright. Now the fire.
Eventually, it's rolling the dice.
Alright, speak your affix as you cast this spell.
Motherfucker.
This motherfucker your affix?
If you would let it be that, that would be absolutely fine. No. Let me get the homebrew up.
It'd be pretty good though.
Keelan! Just swipes her hand through the air and three bristling, three bolts of magic missile fly out, catch fire, and then just home in his hand.
They all hit him. And looks like the damage is sound.
That knocked the materia out of his hand.
Yeah, onto the ground. Sure. But he's not paying attention to the materia. His eyes lock onto you, and a few things flash through your mind immediately. The first is a memory of one of the first meetings between you and the Truthsayer, of him telling you that he comes from a far-off land, part of a family that keeps the true naming that he was teaching you under very tight lock and key. The second is that Jidekt is a member of the Eleusian House. And the third is that you just uttered a true naming affix. Jidekt looks at his hand and then looks back at you. And you can feel his gaze from all the way up there. And all of a sudden, this Atzenale shoots a lightning bolt at him. 1d20 plus 2. And he succeeds on the dexterity save. Great.
Does
Takes 12. Okay.
we got him?
What's the name of the house again? The true naming house?
Eleusian House.
And that's who he works for?
He is a member of that house. Yes. he is a member of the house that the truth-sayer fled.
Well,
Jamie's turn. She gallops over to you,
I suppose
Calliope.
there's no real harm in a bluff.
Yeah, you can try to roll deception. You have to crit. He just heard you say a true word.
Oh no. Oh man, this is a fucking long shot. Well. What are you waiting for? Are you gonna raise? Are you really raising your anchor against the Lucian house?
All right, yeah. Roll deception.
She says that. Jidek says, "What? What did you say? I couldn't hear you."
Yeah, sure, whatever. Smart shot.
Virgil leans in and says, "I don't think it worked." Calliope, Jamie reaches down and is going to oppose that athletics contestation that you failed. The DC is 12. Yeah! You almost feel your arm just start to dislocate as she grabs you around the right arm and just yoink and puts you in the saddle in front of her.
Oh yeah. Hi.
So now you're over here. She lets you on the ground, actually. And then...
Thanks. I guess. Wait, am I still choking, or did the material getting not?
Yeah, no, water's still pouring out of all your shit.
Okay. So instead of hi, it's.
Then she goes around to sort of try to provoke these three. She goes around the Whitecap and she yells, "Come on!" You can see that she's pretty shaken. She's suffered some wounds, and she's probably been here as long as a lot of the bodies that are on the ground.
Yikes.
I live.
This one runs over
Power.
to here. Welcome back. It hasn't gotten to your turn yet. Virgil fires the cannon.
Really? What the fuck?
This Atzenale fires a cannon
Well,
at this
that one.
guy who has a 20 plus 8. That hits. Deals 68 damage. 25 against this fella. So a cannonball hits the dude with a gun on the pavilion, and it just slams him down into some rubble. You hear coughing and spluttering. The Atzenale fist pumps, and the cannonballs deplete by 1. Your turn, Virgil.
Good time.
Oh, good timing. Okay, well, first thing we're doing.
Amalia has Jidek's attention.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Don't die. He holds up a syringe.
Do you want to roll history to see if you
Yes,
can
I
remember
do.
exactly what Jidek does?
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H.
Great. So he's incredibly durable. Incredibly durable.
No shit,
He has the
can shot you in
capability.
face.
He has the capability to drown people originating from their insides. He can conjure a massive volume of water and drop it on an area, and he can also cause geysers to just spring up around him and knock people into the air. It would be a very bad idea to let him get to the high ground.
You like water? So does he. Don't let him get to this high ground, whatever you do.
Oh, great.
Permission?
I just love having a point of commonality with.
Isn't it the best? Now hold out your arm.
She already gave. Well, she already seemed to give you permission.
Good.
Wait, what?
Alright, you get cocained.
Should I just rename Focus Serum to cocaine?
No.
Kind of what it is.
Pretty funny.
Is that technically? I imagine it since it's an action to use the potions on people. It's also an action to.
Yeah. You want to move? You have 5 temp health, by the way, from Albus's shield.
Thank you, Albus.
And then since you're the last person on the turn order and nobody has asked Zavoim to go, because he's going on any of your guys' turns, do you want Zavoim to go, or is he not doing anything this round?
Yeah.
Zavoin should probably go on somebody's turn.
Great.
Oh,
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. He takes out some vials and starts doing some things to the cannonballs. Top of the round. Your turn, Kvi.
Well,
Oh, wait, hold on. Top of the round. Is high good or bad?
high is very good. High is excellent.
Great. Nothing happens.
92.
Your turn.
That is pretty good.
See, and here was me just about to say, well, at least it doesn't have a layer action.
Would Danger Plant be able to pick up a cannonball?
Yeah.
And operate the cannon?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a couple of feet closer, and in the meantime, I'm going to go 1, 4, 5, 6.
Actually, I'm going to say he can either pick up a cannonball or operate the cannon in one turn. So he can't do both as your bonus action, but he can do one.
Okay, well, Zavoim's still busy doing something to the cannonball, right?
Not your cannonballs. He's doing to the ones on the other side.
Oh, right. You know what? I'm going to try cannoning Zydek.
All right, 1d20 plus 8.
Plus 8?
Yeah, that hits. Roll 68.
Damn, fireball.
Fireball's 8d6.
Same thing.
It is. Same average.
Yeah.
Same average, 68 is more variance.
I got crits in both directions. I mean,
29. Nice. So he raises his hand, the hand that was holding the materia. The cannonball shoots at him, and he just catches it. He skids back a couple feet from the impact, and it looks like it rippled down his shoulder. You definitely hit him, but he drops the cannonball to the ground. It did damage. He's just a Chad.
They just catch a cannonball. Dang.
And Albus's turn. Albus is going to...
you were like, oh wow, look how strong Amalia is.
Albus is going to run down to here, and he's going to...
Albus is still here.
No, he's not. He DM'd me. 1d20, he's going to use his temp health shield again, because got a crappy roll on it last time. Great, so now you have an 8 temp health shield, as opposed to a 5 temp health shield. Virgil and Amalia, you still have a 5.
Are you fucking hiding behind me again?
What can I say? I'm a coward. I'm squishy. You're not. Reassuring pat on the muscles.
Yeah, so hang on. Yeah, so
The wizard isn't squishy.
you know Jydek is looking in this direction, right?
Huh.
He's coming over here.
Don't let him get to the high ground or we're all dead.
And you see the massive ghost entity raise its crooked staff into the air, and your voice and breath are both cut off for the both of you, Virgil and Amalia. Roll a charisma saving throw. Nice. Jamie has to make this. That guy has to make it. Alright, nice, Jamie. That guy has to make it. Nice, nice! They're making it, except for that guy.
Except for that guy.
How much?
Okay,
that's
so
not bad.
does this count as a verbal skill check?
What do you mean?
Once per day, you can exert yourself in the verbal skill check without reducing your hit points by the result.
No, this is not a verbal skill check. Verbal skill check would be like persuasion.
I know.
Definitely not
It
a
wasn't-
charisma save.
There wasn't any point in using it on the 5.
Alright.
Alright, what terrible thing happens before I decide what I'm doing
Black
with it?
smoke rapidly billows out of the lanterns hovering over in front of your hearts and starts to constrict you before jutting out with shadowy serrations that dig into your skin. Malia, you're blinded. Nobody else is blinded except for this guy, so this guy's blinded. We'll do this. Blinded. And all of you... Hold on. What was the damage? Oh, that's not good.
All of us what?
Amalia, you take 49 shadow damage. Everyone
The
else
fuck?
takes 24.
The
Alright.
And right before your
So-
vision goes, Amalia, right before your vision goes, you see Jidect muttering affixes.
Do I? Because I'm pretty sure 49 just knocks me right the fuck out.
Yeah, it's as it's happening. It gets you to 0.
Alright, well, I think.
Does it get you to 0?
Yes.
Okay.
Clearly.
You get a severe lasting wound. This is going to
Alright.
be
Hang on.
what's up?
Yep, fuck it. Let's reduce that. So if I surge that and make the
Charisma
Make
save? You'll take
Yeah.
24 instead.
Alright, let's surge it. Oh wait, hang on.
Me, a bad DM, allowing retroactive surges.
Yeah, I said I was going to see what happened
You're a
first.
bad DM for shoving that thing at us.
Am I?
Yes, fuck you.
I don't know. I'm having a good time.
No, you're not.
You only got like 4 hours to go.
We have less than that because I have work tomorrow.
No, I mean 4 hours in game time.
Oh, well. That's so much better.
1d, your hit dice plus wisdom or constitution.
No, I think I have something else. Give me a second. Just need to remind myself.
Absorb elements also works on shadow damage.
It does. Wasn't what I was thinking of as well. Oh, that's another option.
Oh, Jamie.
Maybe it's evocation instead.
oh Jamie, did you just die?
No, but it hurt.
It hurt all of us.
Yeah, I know, but it hurt her a lot. Oh, it killed this guy. Rip.
Oh my god, just he's dead.
Yep, he's
Have
consumed
you
by
proper-
shadows. You cut out what?
Have you properly considered power levels? Because, ow!
I have properly considered power levels.
Yeah, you did.
And what we're capable of.
Yeah, the
Uh-huh.
shadow. That attack did more than half my HP.
As it should have.
Okay. I believe in you.
Alright. So I can either cast Absorb Elements as a first level spell, which guarantees that I live, or I can cast Mental Barrier, which would give me advantage on the Charisma save.
Great. Use mental barrier.
Yeah, and then I wouldn't go blind.
You would not go blind.
And I kind of need to not be blind, so
That is something that is good not to do.
let's use that instead. And watch me get a 1.
Well, thankfully, you can surge this one too, and it wouldn't be retroactive.
I'll take that.
You take 0 damage.
Fucking.
So the shadowy coils burst from the lantern, and you just match them with your own fiery tendrils that take them out. Do you have a? Does Amalia have a theme?
Sure. 1 sec.
I'll let you decide it.
It's just more death grabs.
I was gonna play a different song when it used that, but Amalia crit, so.
While suffocating, can I still like move and do actions?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just awful. And
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
and,
yeah,
and you
yeah,
go
awful.
unconscious in 2 rounds.
That's fine.
Who needs conscious?
God, you have all of the music prepared, and then when you actually get a chance to use it,
That's a mood. How much was that damage halved?
24.
24? I cannot surge that and live.
What's your exhaustion levels at?
They're blank.
Okay, then you get 3 levels of exhaustion. You're still up. You are shadow plagued. You have disadvantage on every single kind of saving throw. And you take maximized damage from radiant sources.
but aside from that, everything is rosy.
So that's the question. That's Ghost's turn, yeah.
Yes, that was Ghost's turn.
So now
Your
it's
turn,
my
Calliope.
turn. Okay.
Roll another. What was yours? I think yours was a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yep, it was con save. And your water's pouring out of all of your orifices, and you just squeeze really hard, and it
I was
stops.
gonna say that Calliope just starts doing the Heimlich maneuver on himself.
Perfect.
So he's just punching himself in the diaphragm while all this is going on.
It works
Alright, so
superbly.
it's
That
fine.
doesn't take any of your economy. You can now do your turn as usual.
Alright, so I guess I can't cast spells as a bonus action, can I?
Certain spells you can, yeah.
Can I cast a Misty Step?
Alright, hold up. I need to turn this up. Epic orchestral Spanish guitar music. El Castillo de Santiago.
What a meaningful,
Yep,
what
that's
a meaningful
Amalia.
theme song.
Alright, hold up. It's your turn, Calliope, but Amalia, say some shit.
So
I hope you didn't just cut out.
I did just go, but now I'm back. So as the shadowy tendrils fly forth, Amalia just stomps her foot onto the ground, sweeps back, and throws up a wall of fire that just consumes it all up. She takes a step through, slams her foot onto the ground, and points her finger at the ghost. Hey. I told your friend once before. There are only 2 kinds of people in this sphere. Dead men and my friends. You're about to join them.
Hey, Aaron.
What's up?
Assuming that was the end of
Yep.
So I got a critical. Can I play my theme song?
No.
I know. Don't worry.
First come, first serve. Sorry.
It's okay. Anyways, my question still stands. Can I cast Misty Step as a bonus action?
Yes, Misty Step is explicitly a bonus action.
Alright, so I'm about to dash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There. And then I'm
Okay.
going to cast Misty Step
To leave?
to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going all the way around.
You start seeing a shimmery existence in the air right here about.
It's a little cringe, but okay.
Roll Arcana.
On how cringe it is.
Yeah,
It's pretty cringe.
it's pretty cringe.
Not
Alright,
all.
action?
I dashed.
That's true.
Did
Jidek's
he
turn.
want me?
He does not care about you at all. He cares about Amalia. He walks straight past Jamie, provoking an
Just
attack of
walks through the
opportunity.
barrier.
Attack of opportunity from Jamie. Nice. That hits.
Hey. What can Jamie do?
11 piercing damage.
Good job. Good job. You got 11 out of
He's
what?
looking. He's looking fine. He brings his anchor up. It shimmers with water. By the way, he picked his materia back up, and just kabam! Into the lower barricade. Our barricade is damaged. He brings it back up. It is once again shimmering with water. Back down it comes. My sound effects are awful.
Oh, they're great. Don't worry about it.
98 minus 28 is 70. He breaks significant portions of it, and then bubbling up from underneath, geysers start to shoot up and rip it apart.
You know, I'm really taking a dislike to Jidek.
He's
I
mean.
never liked him.
Yeah, he almost broke the lower barricade in one turn.
He's quite large.
I'm disliking him more than I'm disliking
The ghost?
Grim-
He's awful. He's the scourge of the Eshivai for a reason. Now it's this guy's turn. Runs over to here. Constitution save from Jamie.
Hey.
Fails. Alright, so it recombobulates one of its limbs into a massive tendril and just manages to get it into most of Jamie's, like under her helmet, and you can feel like squelching, or you can hear squelching noises and her screams getting cut off. You don't see anything apart from that.
Yikes.
Damn, the other one didn't save. Oh wait, no, that was the first one. This one is going to pursue you, Calliope. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. He's gonna shoot his gun.
Damn it.
The one whose gun jammed.
He's going to
Throw his
dash
gun.
and try to grapple you.
I guess that doesn't trigger attack of opportunity.
Nope. It doesn't.
Okay, grapple.
So acrobatics or athletics, DC 18.
Damn, acrobatics or athletics. I will roll acrobatics. 22.
You win. So how do you
Sweet.
evade this dude?
All right, so I'm imagining him like shooting, like rapidly pulling his trigger, and it doesn't work.
Oh
And
no
so
no
he
no.
just, like,
Oh yeah.
And so, as it doesn't work, he throws it on the ground and just kind of like extends his arms in like a really like flustered lunge after being embarrassed at that. And Calliope just like both hands out, just slaps his arms down, and is like, "No!" He he looks really disheveled. He looks like that. He looks like that's never been he's never been scolded by his mother before.
This guy does look exactly like Frederick. He doesn't have a face mask.
Hey, what's your name? Are you Frederick?
He just looks incredibly bewildered. What?
What's your name?
Doesn't really have the composure to respond. These two fire up at the cannon barricade. Actually, no, they're gonna fire at Jamie.
Oh, Jamie, you really want Jamie to die, huh?
It's almost like
He is
she's
under siege.
being grappled and attacked and by people.
I don't believe you.
Alright, he hits. Oh no, he doesn't hit. He got a 16 and then a 22. Okay. So damage. 10 plus 5. 8. Great. Not bad. Jamie gets glanced off of by a bullet. And Amalia's turn.
So Mario looks at Jidek smashing through the barricade and it's like, yeah, he really wants to have a word with me, doesn't he?
Yes.
Jidek just like says, yes.
He doesn't respond, but it's
Because,
pretty
hello,
clear.
I am Jidek, your friend.
Yes.
Virgil nods from behind you.
Well. You think you could hold him off for like one whole minute?
Are you talking to him or are you talking to Virgil?
Yeah. I'm talking to Virgil. Do you think you can hold him off for a minute?
That's
Hold
6
him off.
rounds.
For a whole minute. I can try if I have to.
So you aren't rid of him, and he is coming directly for Amalia, and he seems quite intent on it.
Hmm.
Could lure him into a teleport circle.
The teleportation circle's probably about 3 or 4 minutes away. This is a big estate.
No, as in draw one here and there.
Oh, yes. The thing is, from what
I
you've
think
been told from the
Take-
Truthsayer, the Eleusians are very magically versed.
Yeah, but teleport circle doesn't get a save.
That's true. It doesn't. But also, I'm saying very good luck trying to lure him to a space that he knows what it's going to do to him, if he knows what it's going to do to him.
Well, I suppose you could. Is it possible to cast a teleport circle fast enough that's underneath someone?
She needs a minute, and she needs to draw it.
Yeah, that's not really feasible. I was just like, well, we could just solve this problem by teleporting him away.
Yeah, we could solve arguably the lesser scary semi-boss.
Hey, look, the other guy is just content to like blast us every so often. This guy just like wrecked a fucking building.
True.
He is the very immediate threat that we need to get past in order to deal with the other one in the first place. Alright. Well, if he's going to be a bitch with war, I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to lob a lightning chromatic orb at him.
Alright, roll attack.
With additional burn, because why not?
Just shove his fork into the power outlet, why don't you?
Great idea.
Did I get advantage from my theme when it was playing?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll give you advantage on all rolls against Jidect.
Damn. That's good.
Alright, lightning is.
That hits. Roll damage.
It had to happen sometime. Yeah, that's fair.
I remember Chromatic Orb being like insane amounts of damage.
Yeah,
It's
he rolled pretty poorly there. Average and then almost minimum on the other two. Alright, so you fire another smaller elemental cannonball at him. He doesn't bother catching this one. It disappears underneath his hood, and just you see the electricity and the flame just explode around his face, illuminating it for a second. And he is grinning sadistically.
Oh, he's a happy boy.
Doesn't seem particularly deterred. Anything else?
So I was saying to you, I'm not gonna stand around here and let him come to me. So Amalia is going to 1, 2, 4, 5. She is going to run over here, stick her foot on the cannon, look at Jidect, and be like, "All right."
Jamie's turn. Athletics condition. Fails. Oof. Wait, no, I need to roll for them.
Just did a 1.
Rolling the dice. Rolling the dice.
Riveting gameplay.
Alright, I'm gonna go for the other Atsnails while we wait for that. This one.
Hey, she made it.
Alright. No. Wait, yes, she did make it. So she wrenches the tentacle out of her orifices. You hear her screaming again, and then throws this one over here. This guy shoots the cannon at the ghost, and the cannonball just goes straight through its body. No,
So Zavalim sings in.
no real damage.
Shoot the effigies, for the love of God.
You could kind of tell that it was aiming for them.
Oh, you added the lyrics. The lyrics came into the song.
Virgil's turn.
Okay. Okay. A lot of pain, but it's fine. Fine. Okay. Got it. How am I gonna fucking scourge of? What am I gonna do? Let's think. Fuck. All right. Fine. Hey! Fuck what?
Are you talking to Jidect?
Yeah.
Well, persuasion. You have a decent chance at this because you're from the Eshebai.
Smell the crack of
Alright, not quite.
Yeah, well, surging that would be a bit of a waste, unfortunately.
And I assume you want Zavoim to go?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, Zavoim
Just
casts
gonna...
Fairy Fire on the effigies. The effigies cannot physically make the save, so you guys have advantage on attacks against the effigies. Oh yeah, I forgot. 1. Zavoim also looks like he's scolding this Atzenael for wasting one of his special cannonballs.
I also bonus action dodge. I'm not taking that risk.
No problem. Is high good or bad, everyone?
High is amazing, of course. 420.
I mean, he's got a. They have a point. 420. Yes.
Rolling the dice. Rolling the dice.
Don't be a bitch.
Uh,
Don't be a bitch.
Catherine, what do you want to do? Nice. Calliope,
Jidek suddenly has a heart attack.
someone shows up here.
Someone shows up there.
Yeah, you're getting flanked now. There are more cultists coming. But only one. They get an attack of opportunity unless you use your action to disengage, and then you don't get extra movement. No, just one. So what are you doing, Catherine? Also, Fergus, can you move closer to the mic?
Okay. I'm gonna take another shot at Didex.
Alright.
Because why not? Why change your winning strategy?
Shoot the effigies, for the love of God, shoot the
Okay,
effigies.
fine. Good point.
1d20 plus 8. With advantage. So 2d20 plus 8, and I'll take the higher. Alright,
Okay.
14 plus 8 is 22. That hits. Roll damage, 8d6.
I mean, take 2 shotgun blasts to blow up. I think it's fine.
Which effigy?
Ah! You know what? It has 2 health, but I'm gonna give it to you. The effigy explodes. You hear a screech coming from the ghost. It is weirdly mechanical. No, it's very much in pain. It recoils, it contorts. The cloth folds in on itself as it just twists in unnatural ways. The crooked staff breaks and reforms several times as reality seems to bend around it before it gradually manages to reform itself. The one effigy remaining, it just clutches to its breast like a baby.
Oh, this song goes so well with Death in the West.
Wait a minute. Is that not a matter?
Is what?
As a automaton.
One of the cannonballs went straight through it when the Atzenales tried to shoot it.
Gamer projection.
Alright, Albus's turn. He's going to try and make some cannonballs. Because those have been working.
I love how its priorities are great, like Jidek smashing down that barrier. The ghost is screaming in pain. Albus, I will make cannonballs.
Today I will make cannonballs.
Public roll, I'm going to make intelligence.
Today I will make cannonballs, but tomorrow.
Oh yeah, he makes some magic cannonballs. He takes a bunch of rubble and he just takes out a little hammer and just dink, dink in a bunch of different directions, and they just sort of like magically adhere to each other. He replenishes the right supply by rolling the dice. 4. Nice. So you have 4 magic cannonballs.
Since those are magic cannonballs, would I be able to intone them?
No, it's not a spell originating from you, and there's no verbal component. You intone by adding your true
I
name.
will shout really loudly when I fire it.
It's still not a verbal component.
Gun.
Unless it was a shout-activated cannon.
Right. Charisma saves from Amalia and Virgil.
Just them?
Yep.
Well, we're the only one cursed.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, that's bad.
Oh, Jamie fit. Oh no, Virgil! They pulled. Fuck.
Nope, re-rolling. Nope.
Alright. Ah!
It's meant to.
Oh, Virgil, what's your health at?
Oh, I'm at 3 exhaustion.
Oh.
What's your health at? Is your health 0?
0.
Alright,
Some temp health shield bullshit.
Wait, why is your health at 0? You
because
rested.
he got hit by it last time.
Oh, wow. Oh no, is Virgil gonna die?
So, Virgil, the shadow tendrils rip out of your lantern once again, And this time, as they envelop you, you are consumed. Bye-bye. Alright, Amalia, let's see it.
A moment of silence in the chat.
Passive perception from Amalia is 17. You can see an effigy start to form behind the ghost.
Ooh.
Oh, motherfucker.
It's not done yet, but it's starting. Nice. So you take half of this. $21 shadow damage.
Death in the West sure is a fitting song for this.
I love Death in the West.
And half that again with absorb elements.
Alright, so you take 5 because it's rounded down. 5 shadow damage.
Just shatters our 10 health shield.
Oh yeah, this guy's dead too. Oof.
What guy? Oh, him?
Him.
Bye-bye.
And Jamie took a lot of damage.
Should have learned to shoot straight.
Oh, Jamie's not looking good. And she's blinded. Jamie just starts screaming. She's in the throes of denial about the fight.
I don't blame her. I'm in denial about it too.
Alright, Calliope. You just watched all that happen while you're being attacked by 2 hunters.
Well, Calliope probably didn't watch all that happen, considering that it's on an elevation. But
You're far enough away that you can vaguely see roughly what happened. You don't know Virgil's dead, though.
alright. So Calliope,
No, Virgil.
rest in peace. Rest in peace. Ah, that hits. Before I get ahead of myself, though, Calliope is going to point over the hunter's shoulder and be like, "Whoa, what's that?" And can I roll deception?
Yes.
14.
You're pointing over this guy's?
The guy directly in front of me.
Alright, if you can rephrase it to be vaguely threatening, then yeah, it'll distract him.
Holy shit, a geyser!
Yeah, he turns around. You're good.
Alright. And can
Haha,
that...
sucker!
Can that stop an active opportunity, or an action of opportunity?
Yes, yeah, that's what it did.
Okay.
Just book it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Stopping here.
I forgot this guy was here. I'm
cast
deleting him because he hasn't been using his action economy.
Can I is invisibility a bonus action?
Invisibility is an action.
Damn. Okay. It's not like that. Alright, I'm fine to stay there.
Okay. You want to roll stealth or something? No, you can't. Hide checks are actions. Fuck. Alright. Enemy's turn. These guys are going to keep fighting at Jamie because she's almost down.
Yeah, I'm on GP.
Oh, yep. Jamie dies from the first one.
07. Jamie.
It's just bullet goes straight into one of the gaps in her helmet, and her screams are silenced. She falls off the horse. This one is going to shoot at you now, Calliope.
With his jammed gun.
Aww.
No, that's not the one with the jammed gun. This is one of the ones on the pavilion. 24 hits, I believe.
It sure does. Okay.
13 piercing damage as a crossbow bolt just.
Yeah, okay. Sure, that's fine. I just need to get alive enough to get over there. Or just stay alive enough.
Gidecked.
Are there any live Azanails left?
No. You guys are all that's left. D20. Oh, wait, no. He just hits the barricades. Attack 1, attack 2. It's broken. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Hi there. Your turn, Amalia.
Amalia is looking at Virgil, who's just vanished. She's looking at the effigies forming over there. Turns back to look at Jidect. Hey, so mind if I duel you later?
Where is the truth sayer?
Don't know.
Actually, no. He doesn't call him the truth sayer. He says, fuck, what's his name? What's his name? Right, yeah. He says, where is Lofane?
Sorry, who?
His eyes narrow, but his grin widens.
Hey, not for nothing, buddy. I'm a little busy right now. You want information out of me? She jabs her head in the direction of the ghost. That's gonna have to go first.
I don't think so.
Or what, you just gonna drown me here? Well, not gonna get shit out of me then, are you?
Are you trying to persuade him against the ghost?
Yeah.
Roll persuasion.
Fuck him.
It can't succeed,
Can't hurt.
but roll persuasion. It's not taking your action economy. Unless you physically bamboozle me, Eric, you can't succeed. Yeah, no, that doesn't get it.
Alright, you physically bamboozled. Fine,
How do
whatever.
you physically bamboozle someone?
I don't know. He would have to like come to Connecticut and punch me.
Hey. All I'm saying is, you kill me here
Piece
now,
of champ.
what the fuck are you gonna learn out of me? I'll burn myself to death before you catch me.
His
you
smile does fade a little at that.
Or you wait 5 minutes while I kill that thing, and then we can have a nice talk like reasonable people.
I will
We're
find.
trying to kill each other.
I will find Lofane without you, if that is what
Will
you
you now?
necessitate.
Will you now?
If not me, then him. He doesn't look anywhere or designate anyone really.
Yeah, about. And Amalia is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Zav Williams got special cannonballs.
Yeah, he just throws one of the special cannonballs and he's the effigy! The effigy, please!
She's gonna slam her foot onto the cannon, take aim, point it at the effigy that is clutching close to its chest, and she is gonna yell, "Ravage him!"
1d20 plus 8 with advantage. Still fairy fired. Oh yeah, 26 definitely hits. Roll 8d6 damage.
That's so much fun to say.
Goes straight through the effigy. The ghost screeches and starts to recede and contort again. It breaks its staff into two. The staff does not reform. Slowly sinks to the ground. And you start hearing in the back of your mind the sound of water. New song time. Where is it? 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 Where is it?
It's the second stage boss fight. Let's see how we're all gonna die.
Close. It's almost a second stage boss fight. Alright. This appears in the sky. Right above you,
Come on,
Calliope.
guys, I really should tap out.
Eric, what the fuck?
Maybe it'll turn out to really be on our side all along.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe, yeah.
Maybe
respect
rainbow unicorn lollipops.
Hell yeah, I respect that.
And it crit on initiative. Ooh.
So what is the Leviathan doing?
Well, hold up.
Yeah.
Virgil. Your vision is black, but you feel a very cold surface against the side of your face, the front of your chest, your palms and your legs. It's seeping through the front of your clothes, and you feel the weight of gravity pressing on your back. It's not a flat surface. It's almost as if you're lying on the surface of water, frozen in motion. What do you do? I recommend turning the music up, by the way.
Turning the music up?
Yes.
Okay, let me turn the music up. I usually keep it down because that fucking loud shit.
Oh shit, is this Virgil?
So, yeah, your vision's black. You feel yourself lying down. What do you do?
I'm lying down already. My vision's black and there's water all around me.
There's
or the
water
feeling of
that is
water.
frozen in motion. You're lying on the surface of a frozen body of water. Hint. What do you do?
Can I crack this frozen body of water then?
No, you're lying on it. You can get
I'm
up.
lying on it.
Like a body of water as like an ocean or a pond, not like a person.
Bruh.
Okay, well I stand up.
Alright, you stand up, and your vision is black, and you hear in your mind, "Why did you fail?"
I don't have the strength I need.
And back to reality. Oop, there goes gravity. You see bubbles start to form in this thing's mouth as a crown slowly manifests around its throat, constricting scales, almost looking like it's choking it. Roll investigation, Calliope.
Sure, I'm not good at that, I don't think.
Speak to your dragon brother.
You see some vapor start to appear, condensing here, here, and here.
How high up is it?
You're immersed in the one that's right next to you.
No, but how high up is the...
It's probably about 10 feet off the ground, and then it
Okay.
goes up to about 80 or 90 feet up.
Can you Misty step vertically?
Yes.
Alright. I have a big plan. But whose turn is it even?
Kaviz.
Okay.
Alright. Well, in that case, I'm going to call the danger plant over. And I don't see any more effigies.
Nope. The one that was forming has stopped. The ghost is rapidly deteriorating. However, the lantern that was on the crook of its staff, Amalia, it sort of changes a little bit. It's no longer just a lantern as you would see in the Cherus district. It looks like a ship lantern.
Okay.
Well, I have no idea what's going on with the giant fishy thing, but I am going to try to finish off Jida.
Alright.
Actually, before you do that, Amalia, like, borrows around to Jade and, like, so, were you expecting that?
Jidek does not seem phased at all.
You're a very focused individual. I applaud that.
Roll insight.
He can't even fucking see it, can he?
Not only can he see it, not only does he know exactly what's going on, he seems to be on their side.
Great.
Alright, I gotta. Oh, this is gonna be cool.
Ah, that's your buddy you were talking about earlier. Great. You want to introduce us?
He talks to me as the Drowned King. And I know his name is true. He raises his anchor at you. Much like you may.
Much like what? So I can talk to him.
No, it's... What he's saying is that this thing's true name is the Drowned King.
Oh, okay.
There's true magic here. And as that hits you, another name appears in your mind, along with the image of the original entity that you and the rest of the party defeated very first in the dream. And the name that appears in your mind is indisputably the highest form of the concept of a seraphim. You killed an angel.
Well, to be fair, the angel was asking for it.
Absolutely.
Ah, yes. You know it's an Eric campaign when he makes it all our.
So those true names start bleeding into your mind, and you think you can do something with them if you survive this somehow.
Goody.
Cool. So can they now launch it again?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Why are you judging me, Evie? Why are you
Evie,
just
judge
sitting
him
there
harder.
judging me?
Rolling the dice. My God, what is it with these rolls?
Plus 8, so like that's.
What were you rolling for?
Shooting at the dude. 15. Okay.
Yeah, 15 hits.
Alright. Dice roll it. Up here. Website is being really, really slow.
It's
Yeah, much
86 damage.
as I hate to say it, we may have to call it sync because it's half free.
Oh yeah. Wow.
I'm pretty sure I'm listening to song. I think Guillotine's a little bit too slow.
It's alright. I don't care.
I want you.
5, 6.
Oh my god.
Did you
so
roll
9.
all those into what?
I'm subtracting the last one because it's... Oh wait, no. 1, 2... Okay. It's 9, 14, 19, 24, 27, 33. What the fuck? 33, 38. Good ass rolls. 38, 44 damage.
And that's with
Alright, he's
the
successfully...
magic. That's with the magic.
Oh, that's with the magic one! Alright, he's definitely bloodied. It slams into the back of his armor. A ward in front of him shatters. And a cough of a pretty high volume of blood just shoots out of his mouth as the cannonball ricochets and hits some of the rubble behind him.
So Amalia sees that happen, and she's gonna look at the cannon next to her. She's gonna throw me one, throw me one.
She's pretty far away.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem.
Hit like a softball at her and kills her.
Alright, Albus's turn. He's going to do the same shit. because that did seem really effective.
Kamanon ball.
He hits!
I can't believe he's going to
Alright, not quite as good on the damage front, but still 28.
Okay, 28's not bad.
Wow, you guys getting past his resistance here is doing a lot. He's on his last legs. So after that, you hear a... and it's coming from high above you. Drydeck's turn. He is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
Oh, did he rush?
55, 60. I've got you now. And it is your turn, Calliope.
Alright. Is the dragon's mouth open?
Yeah.
Is the Drowned King's mouth open? Alright. Alright. In one swift motion, can I Misty Step into its mouth and pin its mouth and its jaw open with the sword? Like prop it open like a jack.
Do the dragon heart thing? Really?
You're gonna have to roll acrobatics to make sure it doesn't immediately try to eat you.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's gonna try to eat you. You just gotta make sure it doesn't succeed.
Exactly.
Okay. Easy. So.
This is your check to see if you succeed. Also, its mouth is really big. Actually, from here, the sword is about as big as one of its teeth, so it probably wouldn't work. But you could definitely attack the inside of its mouth.
Well, if that doesn't work.
Also, like I said, its head is probably closer to 70 or 80 feet up. The base of its tail and some portions of its body are what's 10 feet up.
Oh, okay. I thought it all was not. Okay. This makes things a lot harder now. What's the furthest up its body I could Misty Step to?
You could 30 feet up, which is its head is actually probably lowered a little bit. So its head's probably about 40 feet up. You Misty Step to its body that's 30 feet up, and then you need to run 10 feet.
Okay, I can do that. Misty Step is a bonus action, and then I can move.
I don't know how many spell slots you have, but
I have 3. Well, I have 2 now because I already used Misty Step.
all right.
So I can do that.
Yes. So you
Alright,
get to its mouth. What are you doing?
Well, assuming now instead of being in its mouth, I'm like
On its head?
on the top of its head.
Great.
Does it have the lizard ear hole thing?
It has human ears.
Oh,
They are blue and scaly, but they're very human.
All right. Does it have a rest of a human skull?
It has some human faces making contorted expressions in the surface of its body. It has a draconic skull.
Okay. Okay, skull knowledge presuming if I stab through the inside of its ear, that's a pretty weak defense.
Yeah, probably.
So Calliope lifting up the still on fire sword, attempting to just ram it into the inside of its ear.
Hell yeah.
Hopefully into its skull.
Roll attack.
Okay. I clicked it. I think that's how that works.
Yep, that hits. Roll damage. And that means click Flammenmesser.
Again?
No, click Flammenmesser text in chat.
Oh, yeah.
Nice! That's nice! That's damage! 26. Alright, so you thrust into its head, and it recoils, and then its tail comes up.
How's it gonna not smack itself in the head?
Does a 22 hit you?
Nah.
Alright, so the tail slams into you, hits you off of its body, and then raises up and tries to slam dunk you into the ground, but misses. So you only fall 40 feet, which is 46 bludgeoning damage, and you get hit by the initial tail, which is 3d8 plus 5, 33 total damage.
Oh, this super kills me.
What's your exhaustion at?
My exhaustion was at 4 out of 6, and I have 5 temporary or current hit points.
Yep.
Yeah, no, this is super
All right.
kills me.
So
No, he's not. He's not exhaustion level 4. He's exhaustion level 2.
That's fine. The 20 hit him first, and it deals moderate damage, and then the fall also deals moderate damage. So it slams into him, breaks a bunch of ribs in his torso, and then you hear a crack on the fall as his back breaks.
That's lit.
Calliope's out.
Hey, hell yeah.
Alright, Virgil, you have stood. Your vision is slowly starting to come back. You are back, it seems, in this foggy expanse. It looks very similar to the place where you touched the crystal. However, it feels desolate. And Calliope is next to you, face down. In front of you, about 20 feet away, is a 10-foot entity made of crystalline ice, smoothed over, carved almost exquisitely.
This sounds pretty familiar.
It's got 2 glowing eyes in its head and a large mantra circle of the same ice hovering behind its back.
Oh shit, it's Messer.
It's wearing a toga of brambles,
Oh wow, it really is just Messer.
and one of its arms is outstretched towards you in a fist.
Oh wait, is this the data sphere? That would make so much more sense.
It
I don't suppose
says,
this is in hell.
it says, you weren't strong enough.
I stabbed a dragon in the head.
Not you.
Calliope, you fight to your feet. It looks at you, Virgil. I will give you another chance. And what about you? And it looks at you, Calliope.
What about me?
Why did you fail?
Why did I fail? Simply put, I was way overconfident. But let me tell you.
No shit!
If you were okay, hear me out. Whatever your name is, Guy. If you were watching, gotta admit, it was pretty cool. You can see
Style
that
over
point?
substance with this one.
Its
Substance
arm
and style.
its arm just slowly rotates to you, Calliope, and the fist splays into a hand with its palm facing you. And Calliope, you still can't really see that well. But Virgil, as it does so, an incredibly long icicle immediately shoots out and impales Calliope through the forehead.
Bruh.
Oh damn!
It
That's pretty funny.
clenches its fist and the icicle shatters. Calliope falls to his feet, and then the rest of the way.
Messerin was a bit of a douche in this one. I mean, I liked him better in the Steadfast Eagle.
Virgil, it looks at you and says, one more chance. At his expense. It walks over to Calliope's body, picks him up by the head, and you see its eyes start to turn a greenish hue as slowly this fluid just starts to come out of Calliope's ears, nose, and mouth, and coats its arm, the entity's arm.
Okay, I can't believe I'm saying this, but not the kid.
Your vision starts to go black.
Not him. You can take me and leave him to this bullshit.
Your voice
Come on.
almost seems to fade in your own eyes, or in
Not
in
him.
your own ears.
Take me instead.
You get your chance. Use it wisely. So much for a hard maybe.
Right?
Is that top of the round?
No, it's Amalia's turn.
All right, Amalia. What you doing?
Easy as clapping. You died like a pimp. Saved Virgil. Killed a dragon.
Alright, so there's three options I can see here just now. The first is the ironic, oh no, I'm a weak little wizard surprise punch in the face. The like, how are these cannons started? Are they like Yamato cannons?
Yes.
So I could pick one up and burl it around him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kai, what is it, girl?
And there's one of Zavoim's special cannonballs right there.
Or option number 3, regarding the I'm a weak little wizard thing. Is he still holding that anchor in one hand?
Yeah.
And I have advantage.
On what?
On all Jidek rolls, you said.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So
the anchor is twice the size of you. You cannot use it.
Oh, that's mean.
I'll let you try, and the athletics DC is 20. How's that?
Is what? Sorry?
It's the athletics DC is 20. If you beat a 20 athletics check to use the anchor for one attack, you can use it for one attack.
It is pretty cool.
Hey, what's Virgil's hair color?
And Virgil's hair color is black.
I physically could do it.
All right. Let's see it.
But the question is, like, does this cost my action to try?
It costs your action to first try to athletics the anchor out of his hand, and then another athletics check to see if you can use it for an attack. And then you have to drop it. It is a big anchor.
Cool. How long would you say is Virgil's hair?
Virgil's hair is like medium length, right?
Yeah, medium length, a bit curly, very messy looking.
Alright, thank you.
Yep. Alright, we're gonna do this shit. Because apparently I enjoy suffering, so.
Let's go. Advantage on 2 athletics rolls. I will roll his athletics too. Good luck. Uh-oh.
That's not good.
Does anyone have a rerolls left?
Yes.
I do.
You want me
You
to
said
reroll that crit?
What he goes against.
Yeah, so if you want to reroll that one, give me a V.
Alright.
Alright.
I physically can't beat that.
Fuck. See if you crit. You have advantage.
Crit. Crit. Amalia crit.
Weirder things have happened.
I don't think the roll went through. Roll again.
No, it did. But
No, I don't think it did.
We know what he's doing. Roll until you get that crit.
That's really weird. What?
Yeah,
There it is. All right, I see it. 25. Yeah. So ordinarily that doesn't work, but because you crit, go ahead and roll the second athletics check. Oh, the first one just went through. It's a 22. Great. Make your attack. 1d20 plus 9. I don't think that one went through either.
That's a D20.
Also, no, you have advantage on attacks against Jidect.
yeah.
True.
And what's wrong with roll 20? There it is. Okay, so you hit him. Roll damage,
Roll
which
20
is
doesn't want us to be
3d8 plus strength, and then plus 3 because it's a magic weapon. It's a very strong magic weapon. Great. How do you kill him?
So Amalia just looks at him, standing over him, and he says, "I got you now." And she's like, "Yeah, well." And she reaches up, grabs the range with surprising strength for one like half his size.
You mean the anchor?
Yeah, grabs the anchor starts wrenching it out of his hand. Eventually, just manages to break it free, and then
You kick the crook of his elbow, and then you just
Yeah.
immediately spin it around your back.
just hops up onto the cannon and springs off that and brings it down, and right into his head.
It just completely caves in his head to the left. You hear his neck break, and then it sinks into his torso. His giant water materia rolls towards you. And roll perception. The sound from above is much, much louder. As Catherine and Albus, you're best poised to see this. Amalia, you only catch the second half of it. As an airship, hefted by blimps, slams into the drowned king. Would you guys like me to roll this damage publicly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Does like 10d8 Deus Ex Machina damage? Okay.
Okay.
Oh my. 479 Deus Ex Machina damage.
And we will pick up next time with the Black Flight crashing into the drowned king. See you later, guys.
Like, whoa. Also, whoa. And whoa.